I think it's working now. Hello. This boom arm is the boom arm is extremely creaky. I gotta oil it. I gotta grease it. I gotta oil it. I gotta grease it. And it'll be good. Yeah. Yeah, I know people keep asking me to do a workshop stream. I kind of don't want to do them anymore. Or at least not once a month. I have to be, I gotta have a wild hair to do a workshop stream because I'm admittedly really burnt out on workshop discourse. I'm burnt out on workshop discourse. Everyone already knows that the workshop situation in this game fucking blows. That Valve is going to consistently pick mediocre content from the same people. And the last piece of content I need to make about the workshop is my video about the Emporium, which will hopefully be done before the end of the year. We will see. So, whenever I do a workshop stream, I'm just gonna have to... It's gonna be at random. It's gonna be at random, and I'll just have to, like, decide, you know what, I'll do one this month. I'll do one this month, or I'll do one just whenever. So, is there gonna be one this month? Probably not, considering we have the update coming out. So that's gonna take care of whatever workshop intrigue we're going to have. I mean, ideally I'll be able to get out more than 2 videos before the end of the year. I am moving way, way, way too slow on this fucking quick play video, and I'm really sorry. I've just been having a hard time recording my voice lines, mainly because every time I sit down to record, it doesn't come out good, and I'm extremely picky on how my voice lines sound, and how I enunciate things, and how the tone is carried through sentences, so I need to, like, really hunker down and just knock it out. I'm probably going to record it tomorrow morning if I have a chance to do it properly again. And also, every time I sit down to record, I'm like, ah, shit, I could have said this better, I could have said this better. It's not nearly as bad as it was when I was doing my Meet Your Match video. Good God, if you could see how many times I re-recorded sections of that video or rewrote sections of that video. Oh my god, like, the amount of times I went back and did that on that video paled in comparison to what I'm doing right now for this quick play video. But the point still stands in that I really want this to be perfect, so I appreciate your patience. And also, I typically like doing things in one take, because, not like one continuous take, but like in one recording session, because where I record in my home it's not like a permanent setup, so like slight movements of the table or the microphone or whatever other objects or doors are in the room affect the sound quality, and it makes it sound different. And that's frustrating that I don't have like a consistent environment to record in. So whenever I record a video, I try to do it all in one day just so I can knock it out. And then it sounds fine when I actually edit the video. The voice is consistent. That's the idea anyway. So, should be able to sit down and record it again tomorrow morning. I went back yesterday, day before, earlier this week, and really hammered out a few really solid points that were not nearly as good as they were before. So, that should be... It'll make for a much better video. And right now, the runtime is about 1 hour. It might be a little bit less once I trim the fat, but it's about 1 hour long right now. And the reason why it's 1 hour long is because it sucks that I can't make it any shorter. It sucks that I can't make it any shorter than that, because in order to... I'm making the video to explain what's wrong with casual mode as if though I'm explaining it to a lobotomite. where you cannot walk away from the video thinking that casual mode is fine as is, and that all of its flaws are somehow okay if one small change is made over another. That's the angle I'm taking with the video, where like, nope, you can't keep the matchmaking system in, but turn on team scrambles, that kind of thing. Like there's no, I'm leaving no stone unturned when making this video, so like there already is no serious argument in favor of quick play, like in favor of casual mode rather. There's no serious argument in favor of casual mode, and anyone vying for casual mode is being intentionally obtuse or rage baiting. So yeah, just gotta make the video airtight. No, I'm not reacting to a video today. I am not reacting to a video today. I'm not reacting to a video. If you were here Monday, I told you what we're doing today. This is the final rebalance stream. This is the ultimate rebalance discussion. There will be no others. This is the final one, the correct one, the best one. All others will be invalidated by the existence of mine. That's the idea. And we will get started shortly. No, I'm not playing the fucking horse game on stream. I'm not doing it. Not playing the fucking horse game. It's boring. I got a lowdown of how the gameplay works. It's boring as shit. I'm not gonna stream that game. No thanks. I might try it out on my own time, but I'm not gonna play it on stream. I will do my Blue Archive rolls for Neru and Rio next week when their banners open, because the Blue Archive client is now on Steam and it's a lot easier to stream now instead of using an emulator, so that'll happen at some point next week, I don't know when. For those who care about that sort of thing. Can you stream grinding the Black Ops Beavis pass? It's so depressing that this is what Call of Duty has become, where you have fucking Beavis and Butthead as playable characters in Call of Duty. And not even realistic depictions of them, but no, it's just the full cartoony forms of them ripped and placed into the game. It's fucking insanity. I don't understand how people think it's acceptable for games to do that. It's like there is no visual style or identity left in Call of Duty. It's become another Fortnite toy store. It's become another toy store with a video game loosely attached to it. What has happened? No, I mean, yeah, of course it sells, because, you know, I feel like, well, it's not like I know that we have an entire generation of people that have no taste. They have no taste, they have no class, they don't care what is being served to them on the plate. So long as it sparkles and shines and makes them laugh and giggle and shit themselves, they will happily spend money on it regardless of the quality, or what's the word I'm looking for? Or, well, just regardless of the quality. It's a shame. What is the word I'm looking for? I'm drawing a super hard blank on this word. No, it's a word describing something being very, very strict with itself, very airtight with itself, very succinct in its presentation, reserved in a way. There's a word for that, and I can't find it. The word you're looking for is awesome. Yeah, I guess integrity, sure. Integrity is an acceptable one. Cohesive, cohesion, yeah, that's fine too. So you have Ratlobber playing the chaotic evil side of the argument here, where it's like, no, it's fucking awesome. I get to play as fucking George W. Bush inside of Call of Duty. I get to play as the Michelin Man. Where's the Michelin Man? Can we get the Michelin Man in Call of Duty? I want to play as the Stay Puffed Marshmallow Michelin Man right now in Call of Duty. Can we get that? Because I personally love the Stay Puffed Marshmallow Michelin Man, and because I personally like it, I demand that it belong in a video game, because I need video games to represent me. I need video games to represent me, okay? When do I plan on Asuka Jesus cosplay? Never. I have the plug suit on the way because I said I would do that for reaching a charity goal, so... Still waiting for it to come in the mail. Speaking of which, at some point during the stream, I'm expecting a package to arrive in the mail, so I'm gonna have to get that and sign for it at some point. So whenever you hear my dogs start barking, that means I have to stand up and walk away. You'll know. So, Equinox, you're right in that you can have the nihilistic viewpoint of it's all for nothing unless Valve does something, and I mean they did. We started bitching at them after Winter 2021, and their item selections became markedly better, especially in the Warpaint department. So there is a tangible result to the complaints. So it's a step in the right direction. Maps should be the next step they take because they consistently pick pretty fucking awful maps. Not that we need more, we already have too many. So we have actually been pressuring them to do, you know, tangible change, tangible action, which is good. And so you can keep pressuring them. But even if it were truly all for nothing, and Valve had zero reaction to people despising the items they were adding into the game up until through 2021, even if it was for nothing, it's still putting it out there into the public, Valve's mistreatment of the game, and just how egregiously they've mishandled so many facets of the game, that where other people from the outside looking in can look at that and go, wow, they really fucked this up. That's still something good that we can do, is not tarnish Valve's reputation, but, you know, kind of chip at that perfect glistening facade that they've held for so many years. Like, Valve is not infallible, Valve is not perfect, in fact, they're not that much better than your other AAA developer. And the more people that are aware of that and understand that, the better. So it's not really all for nothing. No, I don't think... Valve will never remove content. Valve will never remove content from Team Fortress 2. The quickest way to make someone upset is to remove something from the video game. The only reason why they would remove something is because of copyright infringement for one reason or another. Thing is, they didn't remove spells, they stopped dropping them. Right, so all the items that are spelled are still here. They didn't disappear. But if they were to say, pick a random hat or a random map and then just turn it off or get rid of it, the 5 people that just so happened to like that hat or like that map or have spent money on the hat or the map stamps would get pissed off at Valve and go, hey, why'd you delete this thing I spent money on? Even though technically they don't own the things they've spent money on, they exist solely as zeros and ones on a dank server room somewhere, likely being housed in the middle of Africa. They don't own anything, and Valve can do whatever the fuck they want, whenever the fuck they want, but why would they willingly and intentionally piss off their own customers by removing something that someone might like? Which is, again, going back to why they will not change paint regions on items even though they genuinely disrupt gameplay, because someone might actually like it that way. According to Eric Smith. Someone might actually like Venice. Someone might actually like Embargo. Someone might actually like casual mode as is. Why would I be a Pirate Sopper supporter? That guy's a fucking retard. Why would I support that fucking troglodyte? Fucking Nepo baby? Come on. He's a fucking idiot. I went on like a little bit of a deep dive looking more into his background, and he's kind of a fucking idiot. Like, I don't understand. I mean, I can't fathom having a genuine argument against what Stop Killing Games was doing, and the only reason why he was doing it was because, I don't know, he's been otherwise brainwashed by the industry he works for and wants to maintain ties and connections to Blizzard and what have you. It is just very silly. It's extremely silly. No, yeah, and he did work for Second Life, and he made like furry 3D models, or worked on furry 3D models for Second Life. Man, did anyone play Second Life back in the day? I think it's still going. I think Second Life is still going. I had a buddy of mine that liked it a lot. But Second Life was a big deal back in the day. Not so much now. It's been replaced by VR chat. VR chat's been the Second Life replacement for a while now. No, yeah, it's well documented that Pirate Software used to work on 3D models for Second Life. For like a pseudo company group that did things that were not safe for work, we can say. He was like freelancing, doing that kind of thing. I mean, right, yeah, I guess you could consider Roblox something similar to that effect, right? Where it's it is a second life to escape to. And it is really shocking how Roblox is just, it's not a good place to be in anymore. Not that, I mean, I never played it much. I played like 20 minutes playing that Blue Archive game. But from the outside looking in, Roblox looks like a hellhole. And it's like, it marketed itself as a very child-friendly game, but then I look at a clip on Twitter of an avatar with like giant, hyper, oversized ass cheeks and big floppy tits and hips. It's like, oh, okay, this is not a kid's game anymore. Like, I watched children play Roblox. Because I was helping my sister out, who's a teacher, like, looking after kids, you know, like, after school. Then they all wanted to go to the computer lab. And they all immediately dove into Roblox. So, and these are like, you know, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10-year-olds, right? Playing this game, and they can just wander into one of these spaces where, like, Dougie Doug at Douglas89 has, like, a giant tittied, furry, futa cock avatar, right? Alright, I need to fucking Google this shit. What is the 67 meme? It's probably a rapper. It has to be a rapper. Okay, it's a basketball player. Okay. It's a basketball player, rapper, not a significant difference. Stupid. It's not even funny. It's annoying. It's just, oh, look, we're gonna type 67 in the chat. We're gonna type 67. We're gonna type 67. Fucking stupid. It's not even a joke. Yeah, I don't know. It's like every other hip-hop, cool, new, and fresh meme, it almost always derives from rappers or athletes. And then a whole bunch of children repeated ad nauseum until it's so fucking annoying it might as well be a mosquito in your nostril. And you want it gone. Oh, excuse me. Okay. We have some business to attend to today. My hair is really flat today. What do I do about this? This sucks. I'm thinking about getting a haircut. I'm thinking about getting my hair cut pretty short. I think that's the plan soon. Please show your muscles? No. I think I'm gonna get it cut relatively short because I gotta I got a new job starting soon. I gotta look a little bit more presentable than what I got going on with my fucking hair right now. Why am I still on Windows 10? Why would I willingly go to Windows 11? Why would I use that awful operating system? I'm sticking with Windows 10 for as long as I can. They have to force me to use Windows 11. It's awful. Windows 11 is a crime. Like, as soon as I'm forced to use Windows 11, and I have no choice to use Windows 10, I'm going to Linux. I refuse to use Windows 11 as my main operating system. I can't. I cannot do it. It's awful. Windows 11 is cancer. It's fucking awful. Like, I have never in my life had the problem. This laptop runs on Windows 11 because I had no choice. I never had the problem, ever, of hitting right-click. Look, right-click, boom, there's the menu. I hit right-click. It's like a full second delay before the fucking menu pops up. Just that alone is inexcusable. What the fuck? And then they changed everything around. The positions of shit is moved around. They centered the taskbar for some stupid fucking reason. Really? God, I hate Windows 11 so much. Roblox has literally the same problem as TF2 was a few years ago in terms of item curation. We got terrible events, terrible games, terrible user-generated content, but I don't know how Roblox works. Isn't it more like Gary's Mod, where people can host whatever they want? Or does whoever own Roblox, like, they have to actually make it official for you to play on it? Yeah, I figured it was more like Gary's Mod in that you can kind of make and do whatever you want. Hold on, I gotta turn on my fan because I'm fucking roasting life. Can I reach it without unplugging my headphones? No. I'm giving the old man money. Giving the old man money. Now, I'm funny, right? Please don't smite me, God. In other words, how have I been? Why am I known as the guy Scout Time Scam? Do I get any other title? I think if you keep reinforcing the old titles, that's all people will know you as. So maybe just refer to yourself as your own self. That will help you. Windows you will not activate. Yeah, it's pretty bad. What's up with the sundresses? What do you mean sundresses? Can we get the playlist? I mean, it's just this. It's just this. I find random playlists on YouTube and just listen to them of Nintendo music and such. Donation to the old. Stop. I'm not. Why is this the? I was having a conversation last night. I'm gonna get started in a moment, don't worry, I know I've just been talking. I was having a conversation last night where, like, I'm 30. I'm turning 31 this month. I like to think I'm relatively young in the grand scheme of things, but apparently even if you're 18 years old, 15 and 16-year-olds call you unk, which is wild to me. A fucking 15-year-old calling an 18-year-old unk. Social media has poisoned an entire generation of young people's minds, and we desperately need to get them off of there. There's a really funny tweet that perfectly summarizes the sentiment that I'm feeling, in that if I have to see the opinions of a 14-year-old or a 15-year-old on Twitter, that should be considered a war crime. That should be a felony. I should not have to see it. They should not be on Twitter or social media rotting their brains. Get them out. And so, like, I float through the internet and I see, like, a 14-year-old calling an 18-year-old unk, and I'm just thinking, like, you're fucking kids. You're all kids. What has happened? You're all fucking kids. You are children. You have experienced nothing in life yet. You have so much more time and more life left to live. Where you think 18 is old. Holy shit. If you call me uncle, I'm gonna call you fetus. I mean, relative, like, yeah, if I'm an uncle, you're all fetuses. I'm 18 and it is in fact old. No, it's not. That's like a sixth of your life. You have lived a sixth of your life. You're legally an adult, and that's it. Like, you're still mentally, like, you're so young. You're still a child. Oh my god, it's unfortunate that, like, so many young people think they've already lived so much of their life that they feel old. And that's not good for the mental health. Like, how are they gonna feel when they hit 30? That's what I worry about. How are they gonna feel when they hit 30? Always love seeing you stream. Hate to see it on a work day, but I'm off today, so I'm in luck. There you go. You're doing great, and don't let them see you sweat. Well, unfortunately, it's pretty warm today, so we're gonna be sweating a little bit. Thankfully, I have I don't use antiperspirant because that shit irritates my skin, but I have classic Old Spice deodorant, and it gets the job done. Windows 11 has legit artificial delays in Web UI elements, mini browsers. I'm not joking. Instead of practical, anyways, they putting extra mustard in the cupcake. Yeah, Windows 11 is fucking terrible. No, I don't have really good air conditioning. I have very mediocre air conditioning in that we have like a window unit in this back room, and that keeps the heat at bay, but doesn't efficiently cool the house, so it just stays very warm. He showed armpits. You guys are fucking degenerates, my god. There's a bizarre contingent of individuals on the internet that are, for one reason or another, sexually infatuated with armpits, and I don't understand it. What about this? I don't get it. What about that is like, oh, I feel engorged by viewing this lady's armpits. You get a fucking erection. Nasty. I don't get it. How am I the pot calling the kettle black? I like boobs and butts. That's like normal. Armpits is like feet. Man's getting mad over the fact he's gonna need to pre-order his coffin. You know, people do that. You know, they buy burial plots. They buy burial plots in their coffins ahead of time. Which I should do. I need to pick a burial plot. Where would I want to be buried? Oh, drop my body into the middle of the Marianas Trench. Weight it down with an anvil. Let the crushing weight of hundreds of thousands of PSI eviscerate my body and turn me into fish food. That'll do. Alright, so let me swap to music that will not get me copyright claimed, even though Too Mellow is awesome. People constantly claim his music, which is unfortunate. So that should do. Bring that down. There we go. Okay, so, ladies and gentlemen, today's order of business is the final, the only, the official rebalancing of Team Fortress 2. Every other rebalance video is wrong. Every other opinion is wrong. I am the objective, omniscient, correct, sole, official authority on TF2's game balance, and everyone else is wrong. So you see anyone saying that I'm wrong, they're wrong, okay? My chuddling army, as I've so efficiently brainwashed you over the years to wholeheartedly and viciously, viscerally agree with everything I say, and you listen to every command I give you. Every demand and command I give you, you fulfill to the T, to the letter. With your blood, sweat, and tears, you exist to satisfy me and my desires and my temptations. You are my personal army. Me and my little Hitlers, go! My army of Hitlers, go harass people! Since I have officially brainwashed you wholly and thoroughly, None of you can disagree with anything I have to say. Does not have bleeding. There is no 8 seconds of bleed. I tried to take this a little bit seriously. We agree. We agree. Ah, you fucking we agree. This is gonna be a, you know, it's a semi-serious rebalancing of things. Money for more brainwashing. Add pregnant rebalancing. Yeah, we're gonna add pregnant weapons, and that'll really get the ball rolling. So this is how it's gonna go. This is how it's gonna go. All right. I'm only talking about the weapons that I think need to be changed. I'm not going through every single one. If it doesn't need a change, I'm not touching it. Okay? Otherwise, we would be here for like 3 days talking about weapon balance. I'm only touching the things that I think need changing. All right? That's it. Shut up. We do not agree with you. So this is just the whole tier list of shit, and I'm just gonna be picking out the weapons that I think need changing, okay? And no, I'm not adding a no changes tier, because then that tier is just gonna get super bloated at the bottom. I mean, I guess I can, just to get through it. We'll do that. We'll make that, like, white. And that'll be, no changes. That'll do. Buff the pan. We're like, how would I buff the pan? That makes no sense. There's no need to buff the pan. No changes was gonna go at the bottom. That's just where I'm gonna shove. That's where I'm shoving shit that doesn't need any changes. All right. Okay, and it looks like, yeah, they do this in alphabetical order instead of by class, which is a little bit annoying, but it's not the end of the world. We can manage with this. We can manage with this. So, first off, airstrike. Buff it. I made a whole video about this weapon. The weapon is almost good. It's not good, it's almost good. It has so many things going against it that make the weapon just not worth using. It's really fun. Conceptually, yes, I wholeheartedly agree. The airstrike is insanely fun, the concept is phenomenal, but it's got too many things going against it. You have the already reduced damage, you have the reduced blast radius while jumping, you have the painfully long downtime between reloads, which does balance the weapon out, that is a necessity. And you have, well, that's basically it. It does a pittance of damage, and when you're airborne, you do even less damage because your blast radius is reduced even further. So even if you have 8 rockets, if you're doing anything other than suicide bombing directly into your target by, you know, rocket jumping directly into them, or if you're shooting at a stationary target like a sentry gun, you're always better off just staying on the ground and shooting it with your stock rocket launcher, or rocket jumping with your stock rocket launcher, and pretty much always doing more damage, right? Against moving targets, barely moving targets, the airstrike's fucking terrible. So this thing needs a slight buff, and I need to refer to my notes here just so I can refresh my memory of what I've done. Okay, this weapon needs 2 changes. First of all, remove the minus 20% blast radius reduction while rocket jumping, so you can actually hit shit when you're in the air, instead of needing to suicide bomb in with the fucking gunboats, right? And even with that buff, which is a very minor buff, you're still doing a pittance of damage, because when you're airborne, you are further away from your targets, which increases your distance and therefore your fall off, which still more or less requires you to dive bomb into the enemy team to maximize the amount of damage. So that's the first thing. And then second, 30% blast damage reduction from rocket jumps. Right now it stands at what, 15? Double that to 30. This weapon was designed for you to rocket jump, but in order for you to put yourself airborne, you remove a quarter of your health in order to utilize the weapon's mechanic. So why does it doubly punish you for putting you airborne by not only reducing your blast radius, but also taking your health away from you? So reducing the amount of damage you take from rocket jumping by just a little bit more would more heavily incentivize you to actually use the weapon in what it was designed to do, and also opens up for you to be able to use the weapon with anything other than the fucking gunboats. Nah, 30% is not egregious, because right now it has a 15%, which is basically nothing. 30% is good. That's half of what the gunboats do. Think about that. That's half what the gunboats do, which is, you know. So, that is the buff for the airstrike. That will make it worth using. No, faster reload speed is not a good idea on the airstrike because the downtime with the reloading is what balances out the ability to vomit out 8 rockets, much like how the Demo Man's balanced out by his downtime with needing to reload his weapons. So, you have to keep the long reload on the airstrike. That's my opinion anyway. Okay, booties, no change. Ambassador, just revert it. I don't know whether or not you'd call that a major or a minor buff, but just revert the fucking weapon back to what it was. The fucking crit damage fall off was never fucking needed. Just put the ambassador back to how it was, that's it. Nothing else is needed. Alternatively, it's horrible. It's okay, so I can already tell you didn't play this game before they nerfed the weapon. The frequency at which you were getting sniped by a spy from across the map with the fucking ambassador was practically 0. It rarely happened. The only reason why the ambassador got nerfed, competitive players. One specifically, Sigafu, we have you to thank for that one. This guy bitched about the weapon and then Valve nerfed it, when it was never really a problem in the vanilla game to begin with. So, an unnecessarily nerfed weapon that just needs to be reverted. Simple as that. I can't. There we go. Nah, I don't want to do a revert tier. Revert, because, like, not everything needs a revert, and that just makes a whole unnecessary thing. Okay, so minor buff for the amputator. This weapon is completely fine. I just think you need to be allowed to cancel the healing taunt, but also give the ability to cancel the healing taunt, give that a cooldown. Like, you can only do that like once every 5 to 10 seconds, so you can't spam it. That's it. Otherwise, the amputator is fine. I think that's fair. Because the AoE healing mechanic is fucking phenomenal, but being able to have the ability to cancel it once, just once, and then have a cooldown on that would make this weapon a lot more versatile. You'd see a lot more use out of it, and there you go. If it didn't have a cooldown, and you can just spam being able to like do the AoE heal and then canceling whenever you want, that would be way too strong. So, yeah. Apocalypse don't need to be changed. What the fuck do we do with the fucking atomizer? I mean, I guess it's fine as it is now. Yeah, it doesn't need any change. I don't have any notes about the atomizer, but I looked at it for a moment. You don't need to change the atomizer. It's fine. Having the third jump as you pull it out is totally fine. Having the passive ability of having a third jump without having it deployed, that was way too strong. So it's fine. We can leave it as is. We will save sniper rifle discussions for later. The axe extinguisher, I think, is fine. I think the axe extinguisher is fine. I think this is this is probably the best iteration of the weapon that we have. I like the axe extinguisher as it is now. Baby Face's blaster, personally, I think it's totally fine. I think the weapon is fun. I think maybe a slight buff is needed in that reduce the amount of damage that is needed to remove it, because right now it's a little too sensitive, where you can just get sneezed on from across the map and then you lose a lot of your speed bonus. It's a little bit too much, so buff it a little bit by reducing the damage needed. Sorry, by increasing the damage needed to remove your speed bonus. Yeah, you get caught by a stray bullet and then you lose your speed bonus, and that fucking sucks. So, I mean, you could just fully revert it back. That's also completely fine, because people that were bitching about the scout outrunning his hitbox, that was simply never true. That was proven wrong. So you could fully revert it, but here's the thing, man. Even if you fully reverted it, people still wouldn't use it. So, and also, didn't the old version have a 20% damage penalty, which is ass? I forget what iteration of the weapon had the damage penalty against it. So I say you can just keep it as is right now, but make it less sensitive to damage killing off your boost. You know, reduce it by some percentage or some amount, I'm not sure. Was it higher accuracy? I don't remember exactly. Now I have to fact check myself live on stream. Let's see. The initial speed penalty starts at minus 10%. Yes. Boost is now partially lost on air jumps instead of all jumps. Yes. That's how it is. Yeah. So removed 40% more accurate and removed 30% damage penalty. See, I think that's fine. The accuracy and damage output's fine. I think that doesn't need to be changed. I think just make it less sensitive to the amount of damage you take. Backscatter. I don't know whether or not I would call what I have written down a major or a minor buff. I guess I'll put it in minor. Personally, I love the backscatter. I love the mechanic. It's insanely fun. It's probably one of my most used primaries on Scout. It's very addictive. The problem is that it has too much going against it that basically makes this weapon never worth using. The 20% accuracy penalty fucking blows, 2 less shots in the clip. It's always a worse scattergun unless you're huffing your enemy's farts. And even then, what counts as a back is based on looking angles, which makes it very inconsistent. So, the only thing you need to do to buff this is just give it 6 shots in the clip. That way it's still the stock scattergun, and still always worse unless you get the shot from behind. Just give it 6 shots. That's all it needs, and then it would be totally fine. It's a very small change, but I think with having 6 shots, it would be a lot better. That's really all the backscatter needs. Okay. You try to get 4 mini crits in a row on anything that is moving. Good luck. That never happens. Back scratcher is fine. I think the back burner is fine. Just for the record, I adore the back burner. I don't know why people bitch about it, but I think the back burner is great. No, 6 shots is more, because think about it. 6 shots with a 20% accuracy penalty means it's always worse than the stock scattergun, unless you're within 512 hammer units of your target are perfectly accurate, and they're turned away from you, right? So, I think just giving it 6 shots is more than acceptable. Way more than acceptable. I think the back burner's fine. It's more of an issue with like hitbox, hit detection from behind, the back hitbox, whatever you want to call it. That's more of the problem with there. Okay. Base jumper, just revert this fucking thing. I really do not need to say anything else. Removing the ability to redeploy it was one of the dumbest decisions. Removing the increased air control was one of the dumbest decisions. This weapon was completely fine. Because what do you have to do to get yourself airborne? You remove a quarter of your health to get yourself in the air. You are now completely vulnerable to everything that is hit scan. It takes 1 heavy, 1 sniper, 1 fucking mini sentry, or someone with a shotgun to fuck you over, right? And people who are good with any projectile-based weapon can still easily pick you out of the air. And the only way to squirm around in the air and avoid these things impacts your own ability to shoot or hit things with a fucking melee weapon like the Market Gardener. It was completely fine before they nerfed it into utter uselessness. It was in the least need of a fucking nerf, man. Seriously, just put it back. Yeah, like, I solely blame Dane for this one. I solely blame Dane for normalizing that the fucking base jumper is somehow a problem and needed to be nerfed, right? Good God. Am I missing anything about my notes here? Let me just check. No, that's about it. It's just so awfully retarded nerfs, man. It was retarded nerfs that compies justify because they ate breakfast this morning. Just put it back. That's it. Duh. Trickle down balance, yeah, in that hyper idealized scenario that he did in his video. It's all the proof we need. It's all the proof we need. You know, I had my breakfast this morning, so therefore the nerf was justified. And if I need to explain that a little bit more, people like people like Solarlight defend the nerf because he says, oh, I can still use it and I can still get kills with it. That doesn't mean that it's not bad. That doesn't mean there's a reason why it's the least used secondary on Soldier. Right? That's why I say they justified because they ate breakfast this morning. Because you could approach them and say, hey, do you think the base jumper is weak? Well, I can get kills with it. For sniper rifle, we'll get to sniper rifles. Don't worry. I'll hold off on sniper rifle talk until we actually get to the stock sniper rifle and other things that I think need to be changed. So, anyway, revert the base jumper. Bat is fine. Battalion's backup is fine. Bizarre Bargain, I think the Bizarre Bargain's fine. Beggar's Bazooka is fine. Big Earner is fine. Black Box is fine. Excuse me. Whoa, 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 whoa! What are people seething about? What are people seething about? I think the Bazaar is fine. I don't see an issue with the Bizarre Bargain. I mean, there's a reason why all sniper mains use stock consistently. Because stock is almost always better. I mean, it is always better, right? It's fine. It doesn't need to be changed. The Bizarre Bargain is fine. I almost never see people using the Bizarre. I almost always see guys using stock. No, I never see fucking like... Anytime I see like a 37,000 kill sniper rifle, it's always stock. Always stock. It's always stock. Yeah, because stock is consistent. Exactly. Stock is consistent. It just leave it as it is. Blutsauger, I guess I'll throw all of the syringe guns into minor buff territory. Can I find them out here? Let me, like, seek them out here. Where's the other? So, syringe gun. And then we need the overdose as well. It'll be around here. Where are you? There you are. Okay. So, syringe guns. No, I think the... Let me go check to see if that fucking package is here, because the dogs are going off now, so give me like 5 minutes. Okay, sorry about that. That was not what I expected. That was not what I expected at all. That was some family members stopping by for a random reason. So, let's get back to it. Where was I? Syringe guns, yes. All syringe guns now passively reload when they are not deployed. That's it. Just have passive reload on all syringe guns, just like the crossbow, and that's basically all they need. That's it. That's what I say. Beyond that, I think the syringe guns are fine. I think they have their spot. You don't need to change them at all. I think they're okay. The issue is that the crossbow is too good. You have to remember, the medic is not meant to be a damage guy. He's meant to... His damage dealing options should be weak, right? So I think it's fair to buff the syringe guns just so they have passive reload, and that's it. I'm not going to try to over-buff these things to become offensive weapons. They're only meant for the medic to defend himself, and they really should not deviate from that. They are fine as is. Just, I'm leaving the syringe guns at that, not doing anything else. Ubersaw is fine. Bonk, reverted. Bonk just needs to, but the bonk just needs to be reverted. So the story of the bonk is a very tragic one. So when the bonk was originally released, after you drank it, you were slowed down to the speed of a heavy automatically after the effects wore off, okay? And then, like, how long after that? Like, within months of the item coming out, Valve removed that because they realized, like, oh no, it actually really fucking sucks to not only sacrifice a secondary, but then be slowed down to the speed of a heavy after you're done using it, after you've snuck behind enemy lines where everyone can see you, and guess what? You're gonna fucking die anyway. And so, the bonk has always been a fun little gimmick item where you go invincible and try to fuck around with the enemy team or fuck around with an enemy engineer. It was never meant to be this epically viable weapon. It's always been a fun gimmick item, and then Valve re-nerfed it to slow you down based on how much damage you take. So just put it back. Unnerf it. You're already giving up your pistol. You're already giving up the fucking Mad Milk. This thing is just for fun. We're gonna go fuck with a sentry gun. Most people, right? Most people using this fucking thing are just dicking around. Like, the only people that are using these kinds of things in a serious capacity would be competitive players, but they ban it anyway, so it doesn't fucking matter. Like, it's okay to have fun items like this in the game. It doesn't need to be nerfed at all. Just remove the slowdown after you get shot. That's it. The bonk did not need to be ruined, exactly. So that's it. That's it for the bonk. Basher, fine. Bottle, fine. I know some people think the Brass Beast needs looking at. I think the Brass Beast is fine. I personally have a lot of fun with it. I don't think it needs any changes. It's good. It's just good. I don't see any issue with it at all. I don't think it needs a small buff at all. I think the Brass Beast is fine. It's meant for even more defensive gameplay, more so than stock heavy already is. I think it's good. It's great for defense, you know. I mean, I use it on fucking King of the Hill, attack, defend, payload, defense. I love it. I don't think there's any issues with it. So, I originally leaned towards giving a slight buff to the buff banner, but I retract that because mini crits are very powerful, especially on Soldier. So, I originally had the idea of like, hey, let's give this, I don't know, maybe one extra rocket in the clip, or like faster reload speed, something that leans into the like, oh, this banner lets you deal more damage. You know, I thought that years ago. I don't think that anymore. The buff banner is fine. The buff banner needs no changes. It is completely fine. You don't need to do anything with it. Yeah, buffing this in any way would be too good. So the buff banner stays as is. Buffalo Steak, I think, needs a slight buff. So Buffalo Steak is another one of those items that exists purely as a gimmick item. It locks you to your melee, and you're running around and punching people. It does not need the 20% damage vulnerability while under its effects. That fucking sucks. I love having 250 health while running around with only my fists out. That fucking blows. You're already removing your ability to use a fucking gun. Just remove that downside. And even if they buffed it this way, people wouldn't use it. They still wouldn't use it. They would still use any other lunchbox item. And it would still exist to be the fun gimmick item. That's all, and that would just enable for people to have fun with this. That's it. That's it. Simple. It's the simplest thing they need to do. You're right, a shotgun, it would still be better than the buffalo steak sandwich, even if they removed the damage vulnerability. Sorry, 240 effective health, I did the math wrong in my head. But, yeah, just remove the damage vulnerability and then this thing is fine. It doesn't need to be reworked into this weird charge gimmick like the what did. No, just remove the damage vulnerability and then it's completely fine. Thing is, the damage vulnerability was always there. It's just that it wasn't in the item description, and then Valve added that in the item description in like 2017, 2018, something like that. It was a while before it got there, if memory serves, because this item was added in like 2009, 10, so whatever. Okay. How do I want to approach the Bushwhacker Jarate? So, conceptually, I think the Bushwhacker is fine. The problem is the Jarate. And we'll get to that in a moment. The problem is the Jarate, not the Bushwhacker, and we'll get back to that in a moment. Okay, Candy Cane. I don't know what to do with this thing, man. I have ideas. I have ideas of what to do with the Candy Cane. Getting one-tapped by explosives sucks. That sucks as the scout. It doesn't matter how mobile you are, because Soldier has a blast radius. You're gonna get chewed to shit like brush in a corn thresher. It's gonna annihilate you. It sucks. So, and then the upside for that is on a kill, you get a small health pack, which does not offset the amount of damage you're gonna be taking. So, if we're gonna keep the massive blast damage resistance, which I think is needed if you're gonna get more health from somewhere, I think the best way to handle it... Where's my note on this one? Yeah. So instead of dropping a small health pack on kill, all health packs now heal 40% more per scout. That's my idea. So 36 health instead of 26 on small health packs, and 88 health instead of 63 health on medium health packs. But then the Candy Cane no longer drops health packs on kill. It no longer drops health packs on kill, and you still have the blast damage vulnerability. That's boring? Well, is the Candy Cane right now not boring as is? How does that make it less entertaining? I don't know, I think it's fine. And no, yeah, and people still would not use it, because the blast damage vulnerability sucks. And as I was making my notes, I was wanting to avoid complete reworks on this, because complete reworks are, in my opinion, a terrible idea. Aside from like 2 or 3 weapons, which I'll get to. So... Can you drop a med pack on Killbind? No? No, a vampire weapon is a terrible idea. Health on hit is extremely powerful in TF2, and Scout already has that with the Mad Milk, which is insanely strong as it is, so probably not a good idea. No, health on kill would be, also too strong, I think, because health on kill is also a very strong mechanic in TF2. I mean, just look at the fucking Zatoichi. If you could do that at range, ooh, that's a lot. That's why it has to be very toned and tempered down like the Conqueror. So... I don't know, man. That's what I think. Maybe minus 15 health would be better than damage vulnerability. I mean, that would, I mean, sure, yeah. If he's gonna be able to get more health kits from, if he gets 40% more health from health kits and he's running around at 110 health, I mean, that defeats the purpose because if it's all percentage based, so he would still be getting healed roughly the same amount from small and medium health packs, and would be even worse because you're just always running around with 110 health. So no, that's actually worse. Terrible idea. Sure, reward for kill is fun, but oh no, fuck it. Just leave it as is and then take the damage vulnerability down to like 15% so you don't get one-tapped, I guess. How does that sound? Is that better? 15% instead of 25%? Even an even simpler buff? Is that better for y'all? We'll just go with that. Fuck it. I don't care. Targe needs no changes. Claydemore. So, the original Claydemore just had a, what was it, minus 15 health? Or was it minus 10? I can't remember. It was either minus 10 or minus 15 max health for Demo Man, and then they changed that to the passive damage vulnerability while active. Honestly, I guess that's fine. Personally, I preferred the lower health pool at all times, because if you had the lower health pool, then you could actually use this as full Demo Knight. But you never want to use this on full Demo Knight because you're always taking more damage from fucking everything. So, honestly, I think I would just put it back to having minus 15 max health. And that would be considered a small buff. And this would still be the least used of the swords. Next to the Persian Persuader. So, I think buffing it back to that's a good idea. I mean, as it is right now, it's fun, but you just can't use it on full Demo Knight because you're always taking more damage, which just fucking sucks. So, I think just reducing your max health pool is a more favorable change. So I'm putting it at that, and I'm leaving it at that. Most people use it for movement, and yet I almost never see it in game. Ever. Yes, that also means less overheal because your health pool is lower. So it's a nerf in that regard, but also a buff because you're not walking around always taking more damage. So the classic, I mean, by and large, the classic is fine. Maybe give it like 10% faster charge rate. Just to give it a little bit of spice. Just to give it, just to give people a slightly greater reason to use it over any other option. 10% faster charge, I think that's fair. I'm gonna give it that, just to make it a little bit more speedy and a little less sluggish. It doesn't really need it, but I think a slight charge time or a slight charge time decrease is would be a welcome, slight, very tiny buff with it. No, I think jumping and shooting is a really bad idea because you could just hide behind a wall, fully charge, and then pop up and one-tap somebody and they can't retaliate against you. I think it's a terrible idea. That would be heavily exploited. Let's see. We need to do... this is one I did not think about. So the Cleaner's Carbine. What do we do with you? What do we do with the Cleaner's Carbine? Thing just sucks, doesn't it? It really does just suck. God. I mean, it needs to be buffed because right now as it stands, it's way too weak. The first thing that comes to mind is give it an accuracy bonus. But other than that, I don't really know what else to do with it. I think higher accuracy would make this a little bit more interesting. Actually, significantly more interesting. Faster firing and more accuracy, but then that would just make it a direct upgrade over the stock SMG, minus the smaller clip size. So I think that's a bad idea. It's just that would just make it always a better SMG, which is not good, or almost always a better SMG minus the smaller clip size. So I think just giving it an accuracy bonus while keeping the slower firing speed is a good idea. Like make it 20 or 25% more accurate. Then I think this would see a little bit more use. Because then you could actually use it as a self-defense weapon again, instead of a gimmick that you're only using it with the fucking bushwhacker. So. I think that's fine. And keep the small clip, keep the slower firing speed, just increase its accuracy. Thing is, if you remove one of its downsides, then, I mean, you could remove the clip size penalty, and then I guess that would be automatically better. But if you remove the decreased firing speed, then it's basically just the same as the SMG. Remove the crikey meter. I don't know. I think the crikey meter's fine. I think a slight accuracy buff is okay. Either a slight accuracy buff or sure, remove the minus 25% clip size. I'd pick either one. You get one or the other, not both. Cloak and Dagger is totally fine. Conjurer is totally fine. Kunai, you're gonna hate me. I think the Kunai is fine. I've wrestled over and over again thinking of like how you could nerf this thing, but then any nerf you give it would just make it really fucking weak. Because Spy is already extremely weak, as it is. Like, he basically has to default to the kunai if he wants any chance of getting more than one kill per life, and even then, if you have a mildly competent pyro, or someone mildly competent to not just walk into the Spy and feed yourself to him, he's still going to fucking die. No, the base health and max health are fine. If you reduce the max health, it makes it worse. If you buff the base health, it makes it too strong. Or if you reduce the base health even lower, it's even worse. I think it's about as good as you're gonna get. I think it's about as good as you're gonna get. I really can't think of a way to nerf it without making it far too weak. I think the kunai's okay. I mean, sure, you could make the overheal decay faster. That's an idea that I had. So that would at least force the Spy to keep engaging with the enemy in order to keep maintaining his overheal. I suppose that's a somewhat okay idea, but even then it wouldn't have that it wouldn't be that significant of a change, because if you're consistently chaining stabs, a faster overheal decay is not going to make that much of a difference. Let me think. I mean, even reducing it to fucking 195 or 210, it makes... Oh god, it just makes it so weak. And yeah, it's a good point. 200 damage is not a lot in a game of 1 to 2 shot weapons, and you have to be stabbing somebody with enough health to bring you to 210 health, right? I can't justify a nerf. I really can't. I can't justify a nerf. Cowmangler's fine. Oh god. So, Sniper's fucking secondaries are a big fucking can of worms. Nerf it slightly. Just make it so you can be flinched, please. No flinch on Sniper is fucking retarded. Passive health regen is fine. That's okay. That's all this weapon should do. And then, like, I guess maybe increase his base health by, like, to like 130 or something. But, like, don't make it so that he has flinch resistance. It's ridiculous. Sniper's already insanely strong, and being able to turn off one of the things that is supposed to keep him in check is, yeah, stupid. And then, like, in exchange for removing the no flinch on full charge, again, make it so his base health is like 140. Just do that. How does that sound? Base health is now 140. So it increases your survivability, because that's the point of this thing, is it gives you passive health regen, right? It gives you passive health regen. You have 140 health, base health, so you can still get one-tapped by other snipers, but you don't have flinch resistance. I don't see an issue with 140 health. I really don't. I don't see an issue with 140 health. Someone tell me what's wrong with having 140 health. It's not that much overheal. It doesn't matter if he's at 125. If he's overhealed, a quick scope's not gonna fucking kill him. $15 more HP just gives him a little bit more survivability with the same health regen. I think 140 is fine. Yeah, I don't see an issue. I think 140 is okay. Whatever. Criticola. What the fuck do we do with you? This thing sucks. I don't know what to do with the Criticola. I mean, I guess it's fine. I don't know what to do with the Criticola. I don't know. What? This is one thing I don't. What do you do with this? I don't know. What do you do with the Criticola? Personally, I think it's fine, but I don't really use it that much because it just it sucks in comparison to other options. It just sucks. Normal crits? No, I think that's a terrible idea. Sure, it is the high risk, high reward weapon, but I don't know. I'm gonna leave it as is, because I couldn't think of anything. I could not think of anything to adjust it, I really couldn't. I'm just gonna keep it as is. Crossbow. Nerf it. Sorry. People bitch and moan, oh, don't nerf a crossbow, don't nerf my crossbow, please don't nerf my crossbow. It does too much damage. This thing should not do 75 fucking damage from across the map. Make it do max 50. You should not be able to shoot this weapon, and no matter what you hit, you get rewarded for it. Max 50 damage, that's it. That's all it needs. Otherwise, it's fine. The healing you can leave the same, but nerf the damage. It heals enemies? It heals enemies, oh my god. Oh shit. Yeah, so now when you spam a random crit from this thing across the map, you're not gonna fucking one-tap everything. Except a heavy. So, yeah, knocking it down to 50 is markedly more acceptable. That's it. That's it. I leave it at that. Dalakos, and by extension, did they put the fish cake in here? I guess they excluded reskins, which is fine. Dalakos, slight buff. I think just make the eating animation faster, then it's fine. That's all it needs. Eating animation faster, so you can utilize the bonus of it more quickly. I think that's better. Quicker, not more quickly. That's it. Done. Simple. Easy. Darwin's Danger Shield. This one... Actually, I think I need to make a new tier. I need to do a rework tier. Let's put one below. Add below. And then let's make this like blue. We'll do rework. Shit. What just happened here? Wait, why'd it get put above? The fuck? I hate tier lists. You go there. So now you're in the middle. Yes. And now you... Sorry. You go here. You are there. You are orange. Thank you. Minor. Nerf. This is blue. Thank you. Rework. There we go. Okay. Darwin's Danger Shield. Shit. Personally, really fucking stupid that it just doubles your health against Pyro. And also just turns off Afterburn. So when the Pyro manages to go completely all the way out of his way, finally gets next to you, sorry, the sniper now has 250 fucking health and can just walk at you with a melee and kill you. Fucking stupid. Dumb idea. What can you do with this? Reverting it's a terrible fucking idea because he can tank a headshot and that's why it was changed to begin with. Terrible idea. Air blast exists, yeah. Air blast the sniper away, further away from you, so he can scope in and one-shot you. Good idea. Good fucking idea, yeah. Wonderful. No, that's retarded. I don't know, I mean, the idea I had for this one is just, this one could just be the health bonus item. This one could just let you have 150 health or something, and that's it. That's it. Plus 25 HP and nothing else. And that, done. And no resistances of any kind. That's it. That's it. I'm leaving it at that. That's it. Dead Ringer, this poor fucking thing. God. I mean... The Dead Ringer sucks now, but it used to be way too overpowered. And where it stands right now, it's serviceable. It's usable. But ever since day one, the mechanic has always sucked. It is not fun to kill a spy and then go, haha, I'm not actually dead. Sorry, fuck you. Excuse me, sorry, fuck you. I don't know. This mechanic is just something that doesn't belong in TF2 in my opinion, and if I were given, I'm letting myself have 3. I'm letting myself have 3 strikes. This is my first one, is just delete the fucking Dead Ringer. This is something that should not be in the game. But if it's gonna stay in the game, its current state is fine. Don't touch it. If you nerf it even more, it's gonna be even more useless, but if you buff it in any way, it's gonna be too strong. Just leave it as is if it has to stay in the game. But I would otherwise like to see this weapon gone. It doesn't need to be in the game. The mechanic sucks, it's incompatible, it's not fun to play against in any video game. But if it's gonna stay, don't touch it. Degreaser. So, minor buff on the Degreaser. So, ever since they, changed the universal switching speed on all weapons, the Degreaser doesn't really serve a purpose anymore because you're basically better off always using the stock Flamethrower because the change in switch speed is so negligible, and you're almost always better off using stock, not only because you have more afterburn, but also more air blasts. So, this thing is almost always weaker than stock, and let alone any other fucking flamethrower option. It's good for combos, sure, but you can do the same thing almost always with stock and not sacrifice your damage, and not sacrifice the amount of air blasts you get. This thing is meant to be the combo weapon, so why does it make air blast cost higher? Just remove that. Like, a slight buff would be removing the increased air blast cost, and even then, the only people that would be using it are people trying to farm frags for a montage with a flare gun. That's it. That's all it needs, is remove the increased air blast cost, and that's not even, that wouldn't even be a tangible buff in the long run, not really. So, just, that's really all it needs in my opinion. Because it still sucks. One damage per tick afterburn blows. It's not a straight upgrade because 1 damage per tick afterburn fucking blows. It really does. It really does. I'm moving on. Detonator, fine. Diamondback. The fuck do we do with you, man? Oh my god. Diamondback needs a rework. I don't know what to do with the fucking Diamondback, man. Jesus. If we were to give crit fall off on any weapon, this would be it. The Ambassador did not need crit fall off, the Diamondback needed it. And not like the plateau of crits up until a certain distance and then, you know, tapering off, no. Just normal damage fall off, but also on the crits, and that's it. That's a little bit more acceptable. Dude, I always use the Diamondback because it's just so cheese to use it. I go kill a teleporter and get 1 backstab, and then I can just walk at a heavy and maul him with no cost to me. He just gets to die because I'm storing like 5 crits. It's so dumb. And no fall off? Really? Yeah, just put crit fall off on this fucking thing, and it would be appropriately nerfed. Oh god. It really is dumb that this thing has like nothing to tone down the crits, dude. Oh shit. I'm moving on because we have a lot more to go to. Direct hit is the pinnacle of perfection. One of the most well-balanced items in the game and will never need any changes. I adore the direct hit. It's one of my most used items. I fucking love it. Disciplinary action is fine. Dragon's Fury. Okay, so when the Dragon's Fury launched, it was insanely overpowered. It was really fucking strong. It did need a nerf. It needed a nerf because it was too strong at launch, but they went a little bit too far. They reduced the hitbox size by 25%, and they made it so you have to hit the center of your hitbox on your enemy. The second change of having to hit the center of your hitbox makes the damage on the Dragon's Fury wildly inconsistent. It fucking sucks, because you can still hit your fireball, you still get the increased firing speed, but uh-oh, sorry, you only deal 30 damage and then you fucking die. It's really fucking annoying. Just remove the center of hitbox stipulation, and then this thing is fine. And also a couple of other changes. Make it so you don't flashbang yourself with the particle. I'm surprised that hasn't been fixed ever. Center the fireball on your crosshair, that's also a problem. I think I had other notes here too about it. No, that's it. Just make it so you don't flashbang yourself. Center the fireball on your hitbox, and get rid of the stupid center of hitbox stipulation for the bonus damage, and then it's fine. Then it is a-okay. Then it's a-okay. Anyone saying the direct hit is overpowered does not play Soldier on a regular basis. As someone with over 2,000 hours on Soldier, I can assure you the fucking direct hit is not overpowered. If you want to say anything's overpowered on Soldier, it's the fucking stock rocket launcher. Yo, God, you can't even begin to make an argument saying the direct hit is overpowered, dude. Oh my god. Having no splash damage on a rocket launcher makes it fucking suck. Sure, yeah, you can one-tap a scout that's huffing your farts, but beyond that, you're useless. It's fine, the direct hit needs no changes. It's cause they call it the direct miss for a reason. It's only overpowered against stationary targets if you're not fucking moving. And even then, you have to see the sentry gun in order to shoot the sentry gun. You can't shoot around corners, you can't shoot around walls, you're fucked, you have no splash, you have to look at the gun. And in most cases, if you can see the gun can see you. And it's the engineer's fault if he's putting it into a position where you can snipe it from a mile away. That's not the direct hit's fault, that's the engineer's fault. Like, the direct hit is not overpowered. Oh, God. Re-add Dolichos being able to overheal you, I think that's a terrible idea. I think overheal on demand on the heavy is not good. Okay, let's keep going. The Enforcer. Buff it. I kind of just want to revert it. I liked the straight damage bonus this thing used to have. I don't even know why they nerfed it in the first place. I liked it a lot. Can we just have that back, please? No, no fucking 8 seconds of bleed. Fuck you. No. Let it random crit. No. I don't know. I think, I like that it pierces damage resistances. I think that's very useful because, my spy main friend, Starry Crow, does not like it when another spy is using this because you can shoot through the damage resistances on the invis watches. And that, you know, fucks over things like the Dead Ringer. So he hates it for that reason. So it's a good stat to have. Sorry, Starry. That gets to stay. But I don't know. I want the damage buff back. I want the damage bonus back. I want that back. Make it pure sapper? Nah, that's a terrible idea. I think I'm making it a little too strong. I don't know. Maybe it's fine as is. I think it needs something though. I don't know. Shit. Kunai Dead Ringer should automatically uninstall TF2 from your computer. Yeah, it's a... I don't know, man. Again, all it takes is a mildly competent pyro to shut down a Dead Ringer spy. Dead Ringer spies are only good in the presence of shitters. And feeding off of bad players, but as soon as you put a kunai Dead Ringer spy in the presence of a mildly competent player that knows how to not walk into them and feed them their back, they're gonna fucking die. I don't know. Maybe just leave it as is. I can't think of anything. Equalizer. I love the equalizer. I don't think this thing needs to be changed at all. This is my favorite melee weapon on Soldier. There is nothing more fun and satisfying than engaging in a melee fight. They get you down to like 30 health and then you randomly crit them for 300 damage. It is so fucking fun. I don't think this needs to be changed at all. I think this can stay as is. It doesn't need a buff. It doesn't need a buff. Just leave it. Just leave it the way it is. It's good. Don't buff it. It's fine. Listen, I forgot to mention this at the beginning of the stream. Not every weapon needs to be equally viable. So long as it's fun and reasonably balanced, then it's okay. Not everything needs to be equally viable, because if everything was equally viable, then it would make the game boring. So, I think the equalizer's fine. I'm gonna leave it there. It is too funny to be buffed. Escape plan, I don't think the escape plan needs any changes. I think it's okay. Never had fun with it? Use it more. Eureka effect. I think needs a slight rework. Being able to teleport to and from spawn is cool. If I'm remembering correctly from Grouch's video, I really liked the idea of having two-way teleporters. I think that was what he said in his video. Something like that. For you and your team, that would be interesting. I'd like to see it in practice. It might be too overpowered in practice. We have no idea unless we try it. But I think that'd be a cool idea. Thing is, the wrench is only useful when you're setting up. Otherwise, you're only using it to fuck around and like get behind enemy lines and deploy a level 3 to have it get 2 kills and then you die. So I don't know. It is on par with the Southern Hospitality in terms of long-term weakness. It's only useful during setup time, really. So, I don't know. I'd like to see it have some longer, consistent use. Like, people need a reason to keep running this other than, you know, trolling in-game. That's what I think. Eureka's fine, opens up new playstyles, setup is a critical part for engineer, and Eureka effect is not stronger nor weaker than stock. I think it's markedly weaker than stock outside of setup time. It's markedly weaker than stock outside of setup time, so it needs something. Oh, something just fell in the other room. I don't know. Something. It needs something. No, so it was someone else in the house, don't worry. Someone else in the house. I don't know. We'll just leave it as, we can't reach a consensus. We'll leave it as is. Oh, my poor eviction notice. What did they do to you? Just revert it. Just put it back. There was no reason to nerf this thing and give it health drain. That's just one of the dumbest fucking things they've ever done. It was fine. It was fun and stupid, and that's all it needed to be. Just put it back. That's all. Nothing else needs to be said. Nothing else needs to be said. It was indeed evicted. Oh, but my heavy to mid. Oh, yeah, they can't have heavies go to mid. They can't have heavies go to mid. Revert it. Revert it, and it's fine. It just, like, the whole heavy to mid bullshit just makes me think of someone with severe crippling autism hitting themselves in the head because, like, a domino is out of alignment in the tower they built or something. That's what I think about whenever I hear someone bitching about heavy to mid. It's just like, who gives a fuck? You don't play heavy anyway! Revert it. Islander nerf. I don't care what you say. Fuck you. This is the one I'm taking. Islander needs a fucking nerf. I don't care what any of you say. You can bitch and moan and cry and seethe all you want in my fucking chat. The Islander needs a nerf. You don't get to have 3 get out of jail free cards. You don't get to move faster than a scout. You don't get to have more health than a heavy against fire and blast damage. And you don't get to have an on-demand charge where you can baby bitch bail out of a fight that you fucked up on your own accord. So, my nerf, remove the faster movement speed when using the booties. You still get the tanky health, you still get the charge, but you don't get to run as fast as a scout. Nuh-uh, no sir. If you fuck up your charge, you get to fucking die. And leave it at that. That's it. That's all it needs to be done. But you still get the health bonus and the speed bonus when you're not using the booties. Because when you start, you're at base speed, you have less health, and it's a markedly higher risk versus reward weapon. That's how it started. The Islander started without the booties. And it's fine when you have a grenade launcher. It becomes fucking annoying when he has the booties. So just turn off the faster movement speed. You don't get to bail out like a bitch anymore. You get to die when you fucked up your charge. That's it. Fuck you. Moving on. Family business, fine. Fan of War, fine. Stock Fire Axe, fine. Fists of Steel, if you really want to get technical, the Fists of Steel are just the best melee. This is temporary, don't worry. I'm not saying it needs a nerf. The Fists of Steel are technically the best option because the slower holstering speed or the deploy speed, whatever, you can bypass it by just quickly switching your shit all around. So, I don't know. If you're gonna inflate your health pool to 500 health, you can't have overheal. At all. When these things are deployed. And as soon as you deploy them, your overheal goes away. That's it. That's it. Moving on. Fists. We love you, fists. I love fisting. Flamethrowers. Okay, so, this... shit, I need to make a kind of a... It's not reworking the flamethrowers. Add tier below. Tweaks. Tweaks to flamethrowers. Okay, so, couple things with flamethrowers. So, first of all, with flamethrowers, fix the damage ramp up. That's been broken for forever. I don't know why. Also, is my chat broken? No, my chat's fine. Just realized it was clipping over into the screen, though. But, yeah, so fix the damage ramp up on flamethrowers so it actually does the amount of damage it's supposed to do. That's the main thing, because the damage ramp up constantly resets. And so, and you don't actually get the damage ramp up that you're supposed to have. So, that's why it's broken, and it's amazing that it's been broken for so long. So if they fix that, getting close to a pyro is actually dangerous again. So, do that. And then, second tweak, make flames ever so slightly team-colored, so you can actually tell where the flames are coming from. If you're in the middle of a fight, like, oh shit, I see flames, but I don't know if it's friend or foe, it'd be good to have a team-colored flame. So just do that, right? There's no buffs or nerfs, it's just improving readability and making the flamethrowers function like they're supposed to. Simple as that. I don't think there could be any, there's no contesting slightly team-coloring the flamethrowers. The flames, rather. So here we go. This guy in chat put the old ambassador beautifully. The old ambassador was super annoying when you had 2 mediocre spies on your team playing Spiper, whiffing 5 shots, getting 1 headshot that doesn't kill the target instead of going for backstabs. That sums up the ambassador beautifully. That's why you just revert it. Okay. Flare gun is just one of the most well-balanced items in the game. It's beautiful. It's fucking beautiful. You love it. You love to see it. Love the flare gun. We love the flare gun in this house. Flare gun is... If you could have sex with a weapon, it'd be the flare gun. Then the Dragon's Fury. Actually, no, Dragon's Fury first. I'd fuck the Dragon's Fury. And then the flare gun. And then the direct hit in that order. And then the lock and load. We'll get to that. Those are my top 5. Well, my top 4. Top 5, just to round it out. Overdose. Those are the 5 weapons that I would fuck. If they were human. I'm not gonna stick my dick in a pipe, don't worry, I'm not that desperate. I'm not that desperate, I know I'm 30, okay? I'm working on it. I'm working on it here. I'm not gonna fucking stick my cock in a fucking pipe. I'm not that fucking desperate. I'd rather pay for a prostitute first. I love the overdose. It's fun. I missed several donations, I'm sorry, let me go back and read these. Apologies for being late, but why does the Cozy Camper need a nerf? And the Diamondback needs a nerf, a crit nerf, how you obtain them. I still say damage fall off on crits for the Diamondback, how you get them is fine, and then Cozy Camper turning off flinching on Sniper is stupid, it should not be a thing. Okay. Guillotine is totally fine as is. We'll get back to the Sandman Cleaver combo in a minute, okay? But the Cleaver, by itself, is fine as is. Okay? We'll get back to the Sandman later. Sandman comes later, don't worry. Force of Nature is totally fine. Frontier Justice is totally fine. Pan is fine. Gas Passer, good god, what the fuck? Okay, so Gas Passer is just gonna be majorly buffed. So... when it comes to the Gas Passer, I made a whole fucking video about this thing. It is just the worst fucking item in the game. It is just awful. When you're using this thing, you might as well never have a secondary, and then when it's finally charged, you throw it, and if you miss and fuck up, then sorry, it was all for nothing and you deal no fucking damage. It's terrible. And then it takes Oh god, 750 damage to charge this fucking thing, and you can't resupply it at a locker. It's so bad. Oh my god. Okay, so buffing the hell out of this thing. Make the recharge is now 20 seconds instead of 60 seconds. It doesn't charge based on damage anymore because that was retarded ever since they did that. And you can get it resupplied at resupply lockers. Girardi has no issues with that, so why not the fucking gas passer? And even then, it would still be the weakest secondary option for Pyro next to the fucking jetpack. It would still suck, even if you buffed it by making the recharge 20 seconds, allowing you to resupply it at lockers, and making it so that you no longer need damage to charge it, it would still suck. It would still be terrible because you are reliant on your own team to shoot people that have the gas on them. Even with that major buff. But at the very least, with the faster recharge, Pyros can combo it with the Neon Annihilator a little bit more often instead of once every 5 fucking minutes. I think that's an okay buff to give this fucking thing. Even if you do that, it would still be fucking terrible. So, just do that to start. Do that to start. Ay, ay, ay. Listen, I don't care. I don't give a shit about your other YouTubers claiming that the health drain on the fucking gloves of running urgently is somehow okay. I do not give a flying fuck. Health drain on the Gru sucks. It is awful. It is not fun to use. It punishes the player when they are not inside of a fight. It blows. It is horrible. I do not understand how mini crits while active and for 3 seconds after you put the fucking things away is somehow not good. It was fine. If you're caught out as a heavy with these fucking things out and you had mini crits, you're getting 2-tapped. And then as you're putting them away, maybe you get your minigun out in time? Sorry, you're getting 2-tapped. Fuck. Why am I being punished for when I'm not engaging in a fight? That sucks. And then if I want to get out with the old gloves of running urgently, I'm gonna get 1-tap because I likely have less than full health and I whip these things out trying to get away. I'm gonna fucking die. Maybe I can get out. The mini crits were fine. The health drain blows and it's buggy as shit. It sucks. I love taking out the gloves of running urgently and suddenly all my overheal is gone. In the fucking instant. It sucks. And then, okay, yeah, well, you can just put it away in time before you get to the fight. Same thing with the fucking mini crits. You put it away just in time before you get to the fight. You still show up to the fight without a punishment. So what was the fucking point of putting the health drain on this thing and punishing you during your downtime? It's horrible. Put the old Gru back. I don't care what you say. Health drain is a terrible mechanic in a game like TF2. It should not exist. It should not exist. Also, no overheal while they're active. So a medic can't pocket you while you're moving at Mach 9. Revert it, and no overheal while they're out. That's it. I don't care what any of you say. I'm right, you're wrong. What's next? Yes, what's next? Gold pan, delete it. Grenade launcher is fine. Gunboats are fine. Wrangler's fine. Zatoichi's fine. Ham is fine. Hitmaker's fine. Personally, My pet peeve with the fucking tickle mittens is, stuffing an Uber with a random crit sucks. That is not fun. Just get rid of that. I fucking hate it. There's nothing more annoying than Ubering somebody and all a heavy has to do is whip these things out and stun your healing target or the medic. And then the Uber is gone. Sorry. Gunslinger, not Wrangler. Gunslinger's fine. Just remove its ability to do that. I fucking hate it. I really do. That's it. Homewrecker needs a slight nerf. Sorry, I don't care what you say about this one either. A Pyro. Spy already has a really hard time against Pyro. A Pyro should not be able to not only kill the Spy, but also invalidate all of his work in a blink of an eye. Sorry. You get to pick one, or you get to pick the other. 3 hits to remove sappers. So the Pyro has to choose between killing the Spy or saving the buildings. You don't get both. You don't get both. No, 3 hits. Sorry, fuck you. You have to commit. You gonna save the buildings, or are you gonna kill the Spy? That's all you get. God, you really are just a salty bitch in my chat. I'm getting rid of you, dude. Holy shit. All you do is bitch and moan every time I stream. My god. Like, if my streams are that much of a miserable experience for you, why are you here? Like, if all you're doing is constantly, and I mean constantly, bitching and bitching and bitching in my chat, why are you here? Do more productive things with your time. Jesus Christ. Hot hand. I don't know what the fuck to do with this thing, man. The hot hand sucks. It was designed to be a stupid weapon to begin with. Like, it's literally designed so you can slap people and have it appear in the kill feed that you slapped people to death. It serves its purpose. It sucks as a weapon, but it's a fun gimmick item. Does it really need to be changed? Not really. It's fine as a meme weapon, so I guess you can just leave it as is, right? It exists. I mean, it's like the fish, right? But the fish isn't functionally different. So, I mean, you can. I would leave it as is. Honestly, I would. It exists to be a meme weapon, and it serves its purpose. It's a shit meme. It's not a good weapon, but it's a thing. It exists. Give me a reason to use it. What, you don't want it to appear in the kill feed that you slapped someone to death? That's the incentive, right? Slap out the afterburn, like, oh, we gotta put you out, gotta put you fucking on fire. No, yeah, you could do that, I guess. I don't know, okay, how would you buff it? How would you guys change it? Because I guess I want to leave it as is, but how would you guys change it? Bleed on hit. Oh my fucking god. I don't know what I expected. Knockback? I don't think it's a good idea. 1 hit and not 2. I like the 2-hit gimmick. I like backhanding somebody. I think that's funny. I think the 2-hit mechanic is fine. Crit on 3rd hit? Nah, I don't think that's a good idea. Combo crits? Yeah, I mean, I guess you, I don't know, maybe. How could you do a combo crit? Like, fuck, I don't know. I mean, I guess you could do that, comboing, like, have higher damage on consecutive hits, but then it would have to cap pretty fucking quickly. I don't know if a crit's a good idea. I missed a couple other donations, I'm sorry. I didn't even realize. Keep coming with your ideas here. Seeing as heavy getting to mid 5 seconds earlier is so overpowered, we will be making the heavy unable to move. He will be pushed like the cart now. Enforcer and Dead Ringer should be reworked. Don't know what though. I'm of the volition that the Dead Ringer is just it. I don't know. Just remove it or leave it as is. Crit on head slap. How do you register a head slap? There's no hitbox for the head. It's like you'd have to use hit scan for that. Make it mini crit on successful double hit? I guess you could give it something like that. I will concede on maybe give it a mini crit on consecutive double hits. Like you get the 1-2 and then the 3-4. Like on the 4th, it could be a mini crit. Something like that. It doesn't really need it, but it's... You could do something like that. Why is gold pen and delete this? Because I despise everything it represents. It's a joke. It's not actually... I'm not actually saying delete it. But, I don't know, just a little something. Huntsman is fine. The Huntsman needs no changes. I don't know why people bitch about the item so much. The Huntsman is okay. Leave it as is. Bleed on hit. No. Thing is, the hitbox is actually fine. There's nothing broken about the head hitbox. If anything, like if you go watch Shonik's video, it's actually a very intuitive way for a game that was made in 2007, mind you, to have a projectile land headshots. It's not glitchy, it's working exactly as intended, and I think it was actually a very intuitive way of doing it, where depending on where you land your hit on the collision hull, if it's close enough to the head hitbox, that counts as a headshot. That makes a certain amount of logical sense for a game that was, again, designed and released in 2007. In more modern times, of course, you can make it, you know, more appropriate and more accurate, but for a game like Team Fortress 2, it makes sense. And of course, that makes the weapon inconsistent because everyone's hit scan hitboxes are of different size and different orientation. So relative to the collision hull, which is the same for every class, certain classes' head hitbox sizes are much larger than others. Like Heavies is really small for the Huntsman, while Scouts is really large. But beyond that inconsistency, which if you know what you're shooting at, you can, land headshots consistently regardless, it's fine. I don't think the Huntsman needs any changes. Huntsman's good. Hulong Heater. I don't think it needs any adjustments. People say it's underpowered, but if you know how to use this thing, it's pretty fucking good. You have to play a little bit more, you have to play a bit more aggressively, but if you put yourself in slightly elevated positions, like on a staircase or a ramp or something, and you have to force people to walk into you, then it's pretty fucking good, and the fire ring chews through health. It's pretty fucking good. People don't give this weapon enough credit, and I think y'all need to try it out more often. I think it's pretty decent. Slightly buff all spy watches, cloak length upped to 8, 10, 15. I don't think it's a good idea. And then decloak fade times are halved now. The spy does not need that kind of a buff. I completely disagree. 10,000 hour player here. I'm under the impression that a lot of weapons in this game are pretty balanced. Some outliers like the Diamondback or Bison. No, yeah, I agree. I mean, look at the volume of weapons that we think are that are not fine versus the ones we think are fine, and there's going to be a lot more going in here that are fine. Most weapons in TF2 are either perfectly fine or mostly balanced. Very few things are in need of severe or drastic changes. You're absolutely correct. And that's just testament to the base game being as well balanced as it is. So I'm gonna put Spy's Watch in the tweaks tier to represent something that I think the Spy needs. I think the Spy needs a little bit of a buff. He's pretty flimsy. And not a buff in terms of, oh, he needs more health or increases movement speed, but I think he needs an extra utility of some kind. And I think being able to hit a button while disguised and being able to walk at Spy's base movement speed, that would be cool to see. That would be a neat buff for Spy to have, so he can utilize other disguises than just Scout. And it would open up the depth of spy gameplay a little bit more so, you know, you can roleplay as the other classes. I think that'd be a cool thing for Spy to have. Maybe it could be considered a buff. Maybe it would just, you know, increase his depth of gameplay. I'm not sure. But I think Spy definitely needs something like that. Listen, I'm allowed to change my opinions on things. I'm allowed to change my stance on things. Like, I don't know why. Why are people allergic to that on the internet? Like, riddle me this. Riddle me this. Why are people allergic to someone changing their stance on something online? Like, are people not allowed to have a change of heart? Are people not allowed to change their opinions based on further thought or exposure to information? I don't understand why that's a bad thing. I don't get it. No, yeah, I used to defend the ambassador nerf. I no longer do because I realize it's bullshit. So that fucking video I saw, there was a video saying, you know, telling spies to stop disguising as Scout. The notion that people disguise as Scout because it confuses people as to where his head hitbox is dumb bullshit. If you already know that it's that it's a thing, you just have to aim slightly higher on a spy disguising as a Scout. People, like, spies disguised as Scout because you don't slow down. That's why. It has the major reason is because it doesn't slow him down. Not because of the hitbox bullshit, but because you're not slowed down. And if you think because the numbers on your number bar, that 1 is closest to W, do you use a keyboard? That would be 3 or 2, not 1. So it's not a mechanical thing with keyboards. It's an objective preference that people choose Scout disguise because you don't slow down. Anyway. Iron Bomber, fine. Jag, fine. Girardi, nerf. Girardi needs a nerf because the sniper does not need a get-out-of-jail-free card with the fucking Bushwhacker. As a support item, the Girardi is incredibly powerful. If you're using it to play with your team, it is very strong. Thing is, snipers never do that. They oftentimes use it selfishly in order to one-tap a spy using the Bushwhacker. So to nerf it, you throw the Girardi too close to you, you get it on yourself. That's it. You get yourself covered in piss. You throw it too close to yourself, you splash yourself with your own piss, and now you take mini crits too. So now, snipers will be more incentivized to use it as a support item and not a selfish get-out-of-jail-free card. And if they decide to use it as a selfish get-out-of-jail-free card, spies can fucking shoot them to death. That's it. That's all the fucking Girardi needs. Done. Why is it a major nerf that if you piss on yourself, that's a hell of a sentence. Oh, God. There you go. KGB is fine. Stock Knife, fine. Kritzkrieg, fine. Kukri, fine. L'Étranger, fine. Liberty Launcher, I think, needs a little bit of a buff. Conceptually, the weapon is fine. Conceptually, the weapon is fine. It's just that its damage output is really fucking pitiful. Having a 25% damage penalty, 1 extra rocket in the clip, and then faster projectile speed, it's a Nerf gun. It sucks. It's really, really fucking weak. So, in my mind, this was my idea. Increasing the firing speed or increasing the reload speed just increases the volume of spam, and we already have enough of that in TF2. I don't think that's a good idea. So, in my mind, I want this to have a faster deploy speed and switching, or just faster switching speed, just so it's a more viable combo option for Soldier. And then remove the, excuse me, and then remove the 25% reduction of self-blast damage when rocket jumping. That's it. So it's no longer like this weird rocket jumping, weaker Nerf gun. Now it's the combo rocket launcher for Soldier. Faster switching speed, but you keep the same damage penalty, and that's it. The old Liberty launcher was a direct upgrade to stock almost always, because having a faster projectile with the same base damage was really, really, really strong. Really strong. So it was justifiably nerfed, but nerfed a little bit too much. So I vote just having it a 25% faster deploy and holster speed, so it becomes a combo weapon with your shotguns, and then remove the reduced damage while blast jumping, so like you don't have too many upsides with this thing. So that's what I say. Lock and load. Okay, so I don't know if I want to call this a rework or a buff, but so the lock and load is easily my most used weapon in TF2. I fucking adore the lock and load as is. Considering the amount of hours I have on this weapon, I'm probably the utmost authority on what needs to be done with this fucking item. The earliest versions of this weapon, when you had random damage variants where you could one-tap scouts, yes, that was objectively broken. And then they capped the damage to 120, and then had that at 2 shots, and even that was pretty fucking beefy, having 120 per shot, and then they reworked it into what it is now, where it has the reduced blast radius, no rollers, 3 shots instead of 2, and then a 20% damage bonus against buildings. So even with those adjustments, it's just the weakest grenade launcher, even in comparison to something like the loose cannon, because someone that knows how to use the loose cannon is gonna fucking annihilate everybody. Even with the faster projectile speed, which, you know, increases your range, which is the best thing about this weapon, and then being able to 2-tap any building, which is useful, it's still, like, why would you ever use this? You want to use the stock grenade launcher, you want to use the iron bomber, because you have 1 extra grenade in the clip, right? So you have less downtime with reloading, you have better area denial because you have rollers, so you just increase your damage output even if you fucking miss. The lock and load is just always the weakest option, no matter what you do, no matter how you fucking slice and dice it. So this could be like a slight buff or just a rework. Instead of the 20% damage bonus against buildings, just make it a universal 10% damage buff. So it does 110 per shot on everything, and that's it. That's what I say, 110 damage per shot on everything, and that's it. So it doesn't fuck with damage thresholds at all, really. It's not as annoying to fight against with buildings. You can still 2-tap everything, but it's still not as much damage on individual shots, so engineers can keep up more readily, and it's not as decimating if everything's lumped together into a nest. So yeah, I think a 10% damage bonus, universal, and then removing the 20% damage bonus against buildings would make it for a far more viable option. And just better. So yeah, I guess that would be a minor buff. And it does need it a little bit. I mean, honestly, I think the weapon is good, it's fun and fine as is, but if we're being serious here, why would you ever use this in comparison to the fucking grenade launcher? Or the iron bomber? No fucking bleed for 8 seconds. It's the real Mr. Beast, he's actually here! But I think a universal 10% damage buff is the way to go for this. Lollychop is fine, the loose cannon is fine. I mean, if I were to do anything with the loose cannon, like a tweak I'd like to see is maybe increase the projectile speed a little bit, because it feels really sluggish. If you did that, I'd probably use this more often, but yeah, that's about it. Machina is fine. Mad Milk's fine. Man Melter, ooh, this thing needs some love, Jesus. So, the Man Melter is primarily held back by the amount of bugs it has. The mechanic is fine. I think the extinguish mechanic and you get crits is fucking phenomenal. I think it's great. I think it's fun. The faster projectile speed on this thing is a good buff to have with it as well. I think it's awesome. You just gotta fix the fucking bugs. Flash banging yourself every time you fire a crit fucking blows. Fix that bullshit. Fix the extinguishing animation so like when you're sucking the flames off people, that animation actually works. Fix that. Make the recharge animation a bit more visible, so when you deploy it, you know it's ready to fire, instead of having to hear the little ping and the little sparks that's not exactly visible. And also, make the projectiles more deeply team-colored, more akin to the other flare guns, so people can tell, you know, whose projectile is whose. So, those are the things that need to be changed. And if I were to buff it a little bit, maybe have the extinguish give you 30 health instead of 20? Just so players are more incentivized to actually use this thing as more of like the support extinguish weapon instead of overly relying on their primary to extinguish people. Maybe that'd be a fun buff to give it. But even if you did that, people still wouldn't use this thing in comparison to the flare gun, because flare gun is crits on demand instead of needing to extinguish someone first and then using the crits, right? And then if you die, you lose them all, so yeah. I think that's what needs to be done for the Man Melter. Yeah. I think the Mad Milk's fine. I don't know why people have an issue with it. It's incredibly strong. It is incredibly strong, but there's a reason why it oftentimes goes underused. It's because pistols are almost always better. Because if you whiff your shots, it's useless. Yeah, I really don't think the Mad Milk is broken. I think it's okay. Okay, man-treads, I think they're fine. I don't think the man-treads need any kind of change. Some people want to buff them or rework them into doing something else, but I think they're okay. They're meant to squish people and step on people. Like, these are meant to be used with the fucking rocket jumper, and that's about it, and that's okay. I don't think they need to be changed. And also, Market Gardener is totally fine. Don't change it. Medigun is fine. Minigun. Tweak. So, let heavies flinch sniper at long distances, please. That's it. No, heavies don't flinch snipers beyond a certain distance. I don't know. I don't remember the exact distance, but heavies don't flinch snipers beyond a certain distance. Other than that, I don't know. The whole damage ramp. There's a lot more nuance to the damage ramp up with the rev up thing and what have you. Like, more arguments could be made about this, but that's, I think, for like that could be like a standalone separate argument or video. What I'd like to do is do proper damage comparisons with the old minigun and the new minigun when they did the damage ramp up changes, to see just how detrimental it really is. I don't know exactly off the top of my head, so I can't say. But, yeah. Just make it so miniguns actually flinch snipers at a distance. And that's about it. Natasha, please rework this fucking thing. Slowdown on hit fucking sucks. It is not fun to play against, and it's also really buggy because you can just spam strafe and negate the slowdown. So yeah, rework the Natasha. So instead of punishing a player and bringing them down to the skill level of the user, reward the heavy for actually hitting a shot. And I'm gonna steal the high GPS balance mod change for this one, where on hit, you get a speed buff for like half a second. So you have to consistently spam, so you have to consistently land your shots, so you can keep having this, so you have like a slightly sped up, revved up heavy, but then keep the same damage penalty. That tends to work pretty well. It actually did work pretty well in high GPS's balance mod. So I think that's good. Yeah, that's it. That's just it. No, that would be a much more rewarding thing for the heavy to use without punishing other players for walking. Yeah. That's about it. Neon Annihilator. Honestly, the Neon Annihilator is fine now, because if I buff the Gas Passer to have a faster recharge, then this thing just becomes the combo weapon with the Gas Passer. So, it also removes Sappers, so make that do 3 swings to remove a Sapper. Beyond that, I guess it's okay. I don't, like, if more maps had water, sure, but it does exist to be the gimmick weapon on maps that have water, and I guess that's okay. Like I said earlier, not everything needs to be equally viable all the time, so I'm not gonna touch it. Original, fine. Pain Train. I've had a change of heart about the Pain Train. I think it's fine. I don't really think it needs a change. It's a useful upside with an appropriate downside, but it's just... no one really goes for the objective until they have to. And so that's why this thing's never used. So, it's acceptable. Panic Attack. I know people liked the gimmicky, silly old Panic Attack where you could store the shots, and I agree, I think that's fine. But at the same time, I also like the new version because I just like I like this as a shotgun. And I know I said this before on stream. What they should have done is they just should have split that into 2 different shotguns. So you have the sneeze gun as a separate shotgun, and then the current version of the Panic Attack as a different weapon. And that's it. I'd like that. Can we do that, please? That'd be cool. And then the sneeze gun can be for, I don't know, just engineer and heavy, or I guess it can be for all shotgun users. It really doesn't matter. So, yeah, just make it, you could have made it 2 separate weapons and it would have been fine. The old one was fun. I agree, the old one was fun. But I also like the current Panic Attack. I think it's fun as a weapon. It's very satisfying. But just give us another version like the sneeze gun and make that a separate shotgun. That'd be cool. Please. Persian Persuader, I think is fine. This sword exists solely to be used on full Demo Night, and if you're playing full Demo Night, it's basically the best option next to the Eyelander, so I don't think it needs changes. Flog. Sorry, I don't care. Cry, seethe, bitch and moan all you want. This thing needs a nerf. I don't care. You cannot be uber-charged while your oomph is active. That's it. You cannot be invincible while you have 100% crits. Sorry, nerf. I'm retarded. Major nerf. Major nerf. Cry, seethe, bitch and moan. You cannot be uber-charged while your oomph is active. And also remove taunt canceling with this thing. Fix that shit. Fuck you. I don't care. Don't care. Moving on. That's my thoughts. Don't care. Pistol, fine. Thompson! Oh god, Thompson, buff the fuck out of this poor thing. Just make this a DPS weapon. You don't need... Okay, so Cloak drain on hit and Uber drain on hit just fucking suck to play against. It's useless on the Thompson because of how little it removes, but it's still a terrible mechanic to have. So just remove those and just make it a DPS weapon. Fix the shit where your shots don't collide with your own player's hitboxes so they don't eat your shots. Get rid of that shit, increase the projectile speed, and buff the damage a little bit. That's it. Just make it a more viable DPS weapon, and that's it. Just, ugh. Nah, don't let it penetrate enemies. I don't think it's a good idea. But just make it a viable DPS weapon, and that's it. No, long-distance sapper removal is not a nerf that Spy needs. No, please do not do that to the Spy. The Spy does not need to be nerfed any further. Please don't do that. No. No. It does not need to be a Bison for NG. Power Jack, fine. Pretty Boy's Pocket Pistol, fine. Why is the Pretty Machete here? Quick Fix. I'm trying to pull from the annals of my memory something I wanted to see on the quick fix, but now I can't remember what that was. Fuck, what did I want? There was something on the quick fix that I wanted, but I can't remember what it was. Shit. Fuck. I can't remember. That's right. Flashing penalty. Yeah, remove the flash penalty. This medigun would be way more viable and way more useful if it didn't have the Uber drain when flashing people during the Uber charge. So you can actually flash heal people with the Uber, and it would make it a lot more viable. Some people said it's way too powerful if you did that. I completely disagree. So, if you don't... So, like, flashing people, right? When you flash people is when you quickly change your Uber target, right? So, like, you Uber somebody, and then you quickly flash somebody else with the Uber charge, and then go back. In order to keep that balanced, so you can't have an infinite number of people invincible, every time you do that, it removes a chunk of your Uber charge, so it doesn't last as long, so you just can't keep that up indefinitely. Remove that on the quick fix, so you can flash heal multiple people. I think that'd be a nice buff for it. I would like to see that. Medic's already underused and doesn't have a good way to heal multiple people at once. See, Medic does not need... Medic has... If we buff the Amputator, like I said to do it, where you can cancel it, but have a cooldown on the cancel so you can't spam it, that would be a much better AoE heal. But TF2 doesn't really need AoE healing. The healing mechanics in TF2 are pretty fucking good as is. Having the TF2 classic healing grenade is AIDS. Oh, it's horrible. Why did anyone think that was ever a good idea? Oh, it sucks to play against so much. Oh, it's a horrible idea for TF2. It really is. So no, we don't need more AoE healing in Team Fortress 2 beyond, say, a dispenser or the amputator. We don't need that. Sorry. Yeah, Medic is easily the least played class in Team Fortress 2. 100%. Quickie Bomb, fine. Why is the Rainblower here? Razorback. This is my, this one doesn't count because it's a joke. This is my, I'm putting it down here. This is my strike 2. This is my strike 2. I get 3. I get fucking 3 options to delete from this game. Remove the fucking Razorback. I fucking hate this thing. Being able to turn off the primary mechanic of your hard counter by sacrificing effectively nothing is bullshit. Because it now forces the spy to no longer utilize his primary mechanic, and it forces him to use his revolver, give up his disguise, reveal his position, and maybe not even kill the sniper he's shooting at. It's such bullshit. It is such a big, fat, gaping, puffy pussy weapon. If you use this, you are a woman. You should not see the fields of combat in real life ever. You are a pussy bitch if you use the Razorback. It sucks. It needs to be removed immediately. It should have never been put in this game. It should have never been put in this game. That's it. Moving on. Nothing else needs to be said. Red tape? What do we do with you? I don't know, man. Functionally, the red tape recorder is... It's a cool mechanic, but it just sucks. It really does. It really does. Like, the main benefit to the red tape recorder is it disables the building. But the sapper does that and also deals damage, so why would you would only ever use the sapper? So I don't know. I mean, downgrading the buildings a little bit faster, maybe? I don't know the function times. I don't know how long it takes to fully sap a building, and if that's currently identical to how long it takes to completely delete a sentry using the red tape recorder. I don't know if those two things... I don't know if that's the same amount of time. If it's longer, then speed it up a little bit. More sapper health to stall it better? Yeah, I guess you can make it take 3 swings instead of 2. That's not the worst idea. Any thoughts on commissioning a modder to make a balance mod with your suggestions to see how they play in game? Good luck with that. A lot of those guys do not like me, and if you mention my name in their circles, they will not be very happy with that. So you're never gonna see a balance mod with my suggestions. Sorry, guys. That's why I'm doing this as a stream and not a standalone video. But yeah, I don't know. I guess making it, giving the sapper more health, or I think disrupting the 2-hit thing for engineer is a bad idea. So I think just speeding up the de-leveling might be the buff it needs, just so it's not so slow. I think that's a better idea. Maybe that's the tweak it needs, and so that would kind of put it in the minor buff category. So yeah, let's go with that. Rescue Ranger, I think is fine. Reserve Shooter, I think is fine. I know some people think the Reserve Shooter needs a nerf or a buff. I think the Reserve Shooter is fine. It's really good on Soldier, and that's all it ever needed to be. It never needed to be good on Pyro. It was rightfully nerfed for Pyro. Was never a Pyro weapon to begin with. So, leave it as is. It's fine. Spy's Revolver is fine. Do I even need to say it? Do I even need to say it? Just revert it. Put it back. Just give us back the old Bison. Some fucking numbskull Counter-Strike developer that was working on Meet Your Match saw a weapon with projectile penetration in TF2 and thought to himself, oh, that's a bug, that needs to go away. Like, that was the clear sign that they were having Counter-Strike developers working on TF2 for that update. I don't know if that's a bigger red flag than any other I can think of. So, yeah, put it back. Give us the old Bison we once loved, and that would be great. I missed a couple donations, I'm sorry. Huntsman just needs a bit more ammo. Nah, the ammo's fine on Huntsman. Bit of a topic, but what are my opinions on the original Festives? Are they better or worse than regular stock weapons? I mean, visually, they're just meant to be eye candy. The older Festive weapons are cooler than the newer ones. I think Festivizers are fucking ugly. I like the original light colors more. And then some of the newer Festives, even though they've been in the game for over a decade, like the Ambassador, are pretty fucking cool. But beyond that, eh. So yeah, just put the Bison back. That's all we need. Rocket Jumper. I hate the model. Can we just put the old model back? Making this thing look like a Nerf gun sucks. Like, just change the tip. Just change the tip so it doesn't look like a Mario pipe. Change the tip so it doesn't look like a Mario pipe, and Soldier's hand doesn't clip into it. Because it looks so bad. Please. Please. And people know that it's the Rocket Jumper at this point. Seriously. Rocket launchers. Fine. Sandman. Here we go. Here we go. Sandman. So, the original Sandman was justifiably nerfed, but it was nerfed too hard. Disabling one's ability to shoot and slowing them down so they are a sitting duck is raw, pure bullshit. It is a terrible mechanic to fight against, and it sucks and never belonged in Team Fortress 2. However, they nerfed it way too much by removing its ability to combo with the cleaver. So, the rework I have is to bring that combo back, but not the stun. So the way this works is that when you hit someone with the ball, players are marked somehow. In my mind, I call it like a strikeout, so it's like baseball themed. Someone gets hit with a strikeout marker, and for 3 seconds, only for 3 seconds, they can be critted by the cleaver, but they're not slowed down, and they're not stunned, and they can still shoot and fight back. Okay? So the combo's brought back, but the player is not defenseless and they're not slowed down. Okay? The Sandman would only exist to be a combo weapon with the cleaver, and that's it. And we already have other weapons in the game that exist like this. Like the Persian Persuader is only useful when you're using the booties. I think it's okay to have the Sandman be only useful with a cleaver like that as well. I think that's okay. And then to that effect, remove the health penalty, so Scout has 125 health, but like a 50% damage penalty on the melee swing. Because you're not meant to use this as that as a melee weapon. And moonshots don't do anything anymore. It's always a 3-second window for the crit, and that's it. The distance the ball travels does not matter. It's always 3 seconds. It's a short window, and if you fuck up, that's it. You pick up your ball and try again. Okay, on Moonshot, the ball crits. How about that? So we keep that so the achievements aren't fucked up. On Moonshot, the ball crits and does 45 damage. Something like that. No stun. The fucking stun is awful and should not exist. Sorry. Turning off someone's ability to shoot is AIDS and should never be in Team Fortress 2. Sandwich, fine. Sapper, fine. Scattergun, fine. Scorch Shot, slight nerf. Slight nerf on the Scorch Shot. Scorch Shot does a little bit too much. You have an AoE, so it's basically a rocket launcher. You can hit a target twice. You have a stun lock. You can destroy sticky bombs. You can hit multiple targets at the same time, and you can flare jump with it. That is way too much. So, remove the most annoying part, which is the stun. Just remove... Oh yeah, and it does mini crits. So just remove the stun. That's it. That's all it needs. Remove the fucking stun, and this thing would be way less annoying to fight against. And Flog Pyros would have to actually earn their crits. That's it. Remove the stun. Remove the stun on the Scorch Shot, and then it's fine. I gotta remove random crits on this thing. Sorry. I gotta remove the random crits. It's a bit too bullshit. I'm sorry. 234 damage random crits on this thing is insane. They're really funny, but they're really bullshit. I think they need to be removed. This is a weapon that is like, it is the absolute prime candidate for a weapon that should not have random crits. And then if you combine it with a normal shield, you still get a 234 damage crit. You compare it with the Tide Turner, you're getting over 100 damage per swing, like 114, something like that. And so combined with the shield bash, you're almost one-tapping everything except a soldier or a heavy. So, yeah, I mean, the game shouldn't be balanced around medieval mode, but it is a valid point. If you play medieval mode for a few minutes with the skull cutter, everyone uses the fucking skull cutter. So, yeah, I think remove random crits on the skull cutter. That's just, it's bullshit. That's all I say. I know. Jesty's no fun. I know. Scottish Resistance, I think mechanically it's fine. The only thing that bothers me about this thing is the AoE, the area around your crosshair. It doesn't scale with distance, so the further you move away, all your stickies are in your field of view, so you're more prone to accidentally detonating something you don't want to detonate. I don't know how they can fix that. Maybe they can just shrink the area around your crosshair, or make it just so it's your crosshair and nothing else. Or like a much smaller area around your crosshair. But beyond that, that's the only complaint I have with the weapon, and it's fine. Give it a scope? No, I don't think it needs a scope. I think it's a bad idea. Yeah, I think a smaller circle around your crosshair, also one that's actually visible on your screen. Like, just add like an extra ring. Add an extra ring around your crosshair so you know that's where your sticky has to be in order to detonate it, instead of just waiting for it to glow, right? I think that's a better thing to do too. Like, you know your sticky has to be in this circle in order for you to detonate it. That just improves readability. So just do that. The thing is, the reason why they added being able to detonate stickies underneath your feet was so that you could still sticky jump with the thing without having to look straight down. That's why it's there. So it would still have to be there, in my opinion. So, no, yeah, you could give it its own crosshair, just one that's bigger so you know that's the area the sticky needs to be in so it detonates. Yes. Simple as that. Second banana, fine. Shahansha, I think is fine. I like the Shahansha, even though it's kind of weak. I mean, 81 damage swings when you're below half health are really nothing to scoff at. And if you're caught out, you're getting, you know, accosted by somebody, it's pretty good. I like my Shahansha. I think it needs to stay. What the fuck do we do with the sharpened volcano fragment? What the fuck do we do with this thing? I have no idea what to do with the sharpened volcano fragment. Seriously. Help me. No, we're not putting bleed. How is it any different than afterburn? It's the same fucking damage. It makes no difference. Super afterburn. God, man, it's like, I've had several ideas in the past with this thing, but I just don't know what to do with it. I have no idea. No, we don't need a fireball. It's wizard time, motherfucker! Fireball! No, I think it's a bad idea. Don't do that. Oh, God. I have no clue. It's like anything that comes to my mind is, oh, it's just another extinguisher. Stacking afterburn would be AIDS. That would be so... that would just melt someone's health. That's a terrible idea. No, no, we don't need a throwing axe for pyro. No. Shit. I don't know. I don't know what to do with this thing. Just give it to Demo Man. Good idea. Great idea. Block healing? No, it's a horrible idea. I mean, longer afterburn, I guess? Or like slightly higher afterburn damage, I guess? So there's slightly more reason to use it. But if you're already in melee range, and you do less damage on swing, and then the reward is just afterburn, use your Flamethrower. You're gonna do more damage in the same amount of time, if not less. So why would you ever use this thing? I don't know, man. No, I think making that an AoE is also a bad idea. Fuck, what do you do with this shit, man? Some kind of utility for the pyro, maybe? Like, make it give the pyro some benefit that's not damage-based? Like, shit, dude, I don't know. Okay, here's this is a wild hair that just came to mind. This has no thought behind it. Totally random off the top of my head. When deployed, higher jump height. When deployed, you jump higher, so it increases Pyro's mobility without having to use a flare gun. Like the fucking, like the winger. You know, it's like the winger for Pyro, except it's your melee. I'm not talking like you're jumping 20 stories in the air here, guys. I'm not like talking vaulting yourself into the air. No, I'm talking like a bit of a higher jump. Damn, you guys are like repulsed by the idea of a slightly higher jump on Pyro. Jesus. It's like what were you envisioning? Like the fucking Egyptian lady from Overwatch vaulting herself in the air? No, that's not what I'm talking about. I don't know what to do with this thing. I'm not... People are just saying bleed. People are just saying bleed. And like higher afterburn damage. I don't know. Equipping it just sets you on fire. Fuck it. Sure. No, I think a Ring of Fire AoE on hit would just be fucking annoying. I don't think it's a good idea. Setting multiple people on fire at once with the fucking extinguisher is not smart. Because like, imagine being Spy, and then a Pyro whips out the melee, and he's hitting someone that's nowhere near you, and then you just get set on fire. That's like a big fuck you. That sucks. No, an AoE Ring of Fire on hit's a terrible idea. Yeah, 8 damage on Afterburn instead of 4, I guess. This sucks, man. I have no solutions. Someone needs to come up with an idea and like make a video about it, because like I'm not seeing anything good in chat. I can't think of anything. I got nothing. I just know it needs to be reworked somehow. It just needs to be reworked somehow. I don't know. I don't know how. Alright, here's my strike 3. Fuck you, I don't care. Fuck you, I don't care. Delete the short circuit. This weapon should have never been put in Team Fortress 2. I fucking hate this thing. Just being able to delete any projectile on demand, it does not matter. It does not fucking matter how much metal it uses. It sucks to fight against. Sorry, you don't get to use your grenade launcher, sticky bomb launcher. Sorry, you don't get to use your rocket launcher. Guess you'll die. Fucking sucks. Remove it. It blows. Every iteration has been cancerous to play against. It doesn't matter how much metal it costs. It could suck the engineer's entire metal reserve in one shot. It would still blow to have to deal with one fucking ball. Delete the short circuit. It does not belong in this fucking game. Sorry. No, not even rework it. Just get rid of it. These are unnecessary weapons. Just get rid of them. Actually, no. I'm gonna move Dead Ringer down into no changes because fuck you, Vaccinator. I'm jumping ahead. Fuck you, Vaccinator. Remove the fucking Vaccinator. Get rid of this fucking thing. I hate the fucking Vaccinator way more than I hate the fucking short circuit. Get rid of the fucking Vaccinator. Does not belong in the game. Blows. Sucks. You cannot rebalance the Vaccinator in any way, shape, or form in order to make this fun and viable. Sorry, in order to make it fun and fair to fight against. In the hands of someone that is mildly competent, their healing target and themselves will never fucking die. Being able to selectively turn off a damage type on a whim sucks. It blows. Just delete the weapon. Get rid of it. It doesn't belong. And then mega nerfing it will put it into the uselessness category. And then that's it. Yeah, delete the Vaccinator. These are my 3. These are my fucking 3 horsemen of TF2 game balance, and just remove these fucking things from the game. They don't belong in TF2 at all. Sorry. Stacking afterburn but slower swing speed, still, I don't know, man. How about mini crit jump slam attack on... That's kind of an Overwatch gimmick. I don't like the idea. We don't need more Overwatch gimmicks. Yeah, no Vaccinator. Anyway, let's move on. Shortstop, my beloved. I need to buff the fuck out of you. I need to buff the fuck out of the shortstop. Every version of the shortstop was never overpowered. It was always outclassed by stock. Always. It never needed the reworks it got. It was really good at launch. Just put that shit back. Seriously. Like, the shove mechanic was only put in the game because Valve wanted something like an Overwatch mechanic in TF2. It's useless? Yes, I love shoving my target out of my effective range and dealing less damage. Why would I ever do that when if I'm already like in melee range, I'm just gonna do the maximum ramp up damage with my shots. Stupid. So the shove mechanic is dumb. So buffing the shit out of it. So put back the, my proposal is reverting it back to the pre-2015 stats, okay? The pre-2015 stats are as follows. 20% passive healing from all sources, 40% pushback force, so if something sneezes on you, bye-bye, you go flying, that's the downside. Put the reload speed back to pistol reload speed, and then remove the shove that no one uses. That's it. And even if you buff it like this, everyone else would still use the fucking scattergun. They would still use the scattergun over the shortstop, simply because its damage would always be outclassed. Always. When it was originally in the game, it first had the pistol reload speed. And it wasn't even overpowered back then. It was still underpowered compared to the scattergun. Just put that back. They slowed down the reload speed so much. It's so sluggish. That really is the worst part about the shortstop, is the fucking reload speed. It's so slow. You have to wait for the entire animation to finish and then for the fucking gun to stabilize. Don't you dare switch your weapon before the final relaxation of the arm happens, otherwise it completely resets it. You have to do it all the fuck over again. Oh, it sucks so much. Put back the pistol speed reload, and then it's fine. Seriously. And it would still be weaker than stock. It would still be weaker than stock. No, inverting someone's controls on demand would be awful to fight against. Did you just double donate to send the same thing? I'm so sorry. But no, doubly so, not a good idea to invert someone's controls. Thank you for the double dip there, I appreciate that. I don't think that was meant to be intentional. Yeah, buff the fuck out of the shortstop and just make it viable again. Make it viable and more fun. Seriously. Like, give people a reason to use it. Shotgun, fine. Shovel, fine. Sniper rifles, tweaks. So, all sniper rifles need tracers. Classic tracers. Okay? Something to increase his visibility. Please. Please punish a sniper for missing a shot. My god. Every other weapon in the game reveals where someone is if they miss you. We have tracers and projectiles. If a sniper misses his shot, you should be able to be told where he is, so you know, oh, I should avoid walking that way so I don't fucking die. There is no argument against that. Seriously. There is no serious argument against tracers on all sniper rifles. Classic tracers, not Machina tracers, classic tracers, okay? That just should be done immediately. Alright? Instantly. Next thing, reduce max ammo capacity to 10. So a sniper is actually forced to move every now and again. He can't camp in one spot. If you reduce a sniper's max ammo capacity, he can't camp out in one spot indefinitely. It forces him to then go to an ammo pack or approach his team moving forward so he can get to a dispenser, right? So it interrupts him being able to shut down a sightline so you can actually push. Okay? Those are the two things that need to happen immediately. 10 shots, tracers on all rifles. 10 shots. And that's it. Fuck you. I don't care. I mean, I still think sniper is bullshit. Quickscoping is bullshit. And that needs to be nerfed somehow. But because people see... I got doxxed because I thought sniper needed to be nerfed that way. I got doxxed for that. That sucked. So I don't get doxxed again for thinking quickscoping needs to be nerfed. Then I'll leave it at those two changes. Okay? We'll leave it at that. Don't dox me again. Jesus. Soda Poppers, fine. Solemn Vows, fine. Southern Hospitality, does it really need a change? Does the Southern Hospitality really need a change? It sucks, but it's serviceable. I don't know. I like the bleed on hit is fine. The bleed on hit's fine. I think it's okay. Sure, it's weak, but it's serviceable. Yeah, short of, like, massively reworking it, I don't think I need to do anything with it. "64 seconds of bleed." Oh my god. No. Plus 10 healing for every building up, minus 25 HP if broken. That would be really AIDS. Dolicho's best heavy secondary. You know what? I would be inclined to agree. Only if they sped up the eating animation. Like I said earlier, if the eating animation was cut in half, so you could like deploy the upside of having the higher health pool by 50. Yes. That'd be great. Just make that happen. Please. Also, thank you for the donation. You are insanely kind. I cannot thank you enough. Much appreciated. Yeah, I don't know. Southern Hospitality, I can't. You know what? I should just use the Southern Hospitality. I've not used it in years, because I just know it sucks. But I kind of want to use it again. Just so I can walk at people and make them bleed. That's what I want to do. Screen, fine, Spicicle? I don't have any deeper thoughts on the Spicicle. I'm just gonna leave it as is. Yeah, I'm gonna leave it as is. Sticky Jumper. Give me my 8 fucking stickies back. Put it back. I don't care. You can go all the way to the end of Badwater. Oh, you can fly you upward. Fuck you. I want my 8 stickies. Eat shit. It was fun. Put it back. Sticky bomb launchers, fine. SMG is fine. Sun on a stick needs a rework. Good god, this thing blows. What the fuck do we do with this thing, man? The upsides require you to have a pyro on your team, and then if you're on fire, you have 166 effective health against fire, but only while it's active. What's the use of that when you can't shoot anybody? So, it needs a rework. I'm not sure. So, I had an idea, but the idea basically just made it a more aggressive Boston Basher, where when you hit somebody, it sets them on fire for 3 seconds, and then you get a mini crit on burning players. So if you're chaining hits on someone who's on fire, you can get a good amount of damage, but then if you miss, you set yourself on fire. That was my idea. But because it's just another version of the Boston Basher, that's not really anything special. So... And so, like, the overall DPS, I mean, and also, damage penalty to where it's 30 damage per swing. And then, so a mini crit would bump that to 40. And then consecutive hits, you know, the DPS would be pretty high, but as soon as you miss a swing, you set yourself on fire for full afterburn, not 3 seconds, full afterburn. Then you gotta bail out and prevent yourself from dying. So that's my idea, some kind of more viable, interesting rework, but again, considering it's very similar to the Boston Basher, I don't know. No, a fireball is a bad idea because we already have the Rap Assassin. So I wouldn't want to do that either. So that's my idea for the sun on a stick. You can hate it or love it, but what have you. Sydney Sleeper is fine. I see some people bitch about the Sydney Sleeper sometimes. I think it's fine. I don't think it needs anything. It's a really fun support weapon. I use it often. That's it. I think it's fine. I'm just gonna leave it at that. I like my piss gun. Jetpack, please buff this fucking thing. It sucks so much. increase the deploy, or sorry, decrease the deploy and holster time, and decrease the recharge time from 15 seconds to 10, so you can actually use this thing without ridiculous amounts of downtime. And even then, if you had the faster recharge time and the faster deploy speed, this thing would still go underused because any flare gun or any shotgun is infinitely better. At least with the faster recharge time and the faster deploy and holster speed, it would actually be fun. So just do that, please. That'd be great. Third degree is... I lied, the third degree is my, like, lock and load, sorry. The 5 weapons that I would fuck and have rough sex with would be the direct hit, the Dragon's Fury, the lock and load, the third degree, and I forgot the 5th one already. But yeah, I would have rough sex with the third degree. I fucking love this weapon so much. It never needs to be changed. Overdose, sorry, yes, the overdose. But yeah, I would, that's the third degree. It is my favorite weapon. It is so much fucking fun. God, I love it. Never change, baby. Tide Turner's fine. Tommy is fine. Trapman Shiv is mediocre, but fine. Ubersaw is always the best option, so if I were to give it a slight tweak, maybe a slight nerf, what could I do? I have to refresh my memory here. How could I nerf this thing a little bit? I mean, yeah, you could do 20 Uber instead of 25, so it takes longer to farm. Sure. And then you could also, instead of that, take the minus 10 HP from the Vitasaw and put it on the Ubersaw, and then do nothing else. It needs a slight nerf of some kind, because it is really just the best option. Thing is, like no random crits is actually a bad idea, because random crits kind of keep this thing in check. Because if you one-tap somebody, you're not farming 75% Uber off the same target. So, funny enough, random crits actually keep this thing in line. Yeah, maybe make it to 20% Uber instead of 25. Yeah, make it 20% Uber on hit is probably better. Caber, just revert it. Put it back, seriously. Or better yet, just remove the deploy speed penalty, remove the swing speed penalty, cap the damage at like 126, and then give it a 30-second recharge. Yeah. Or just revert it. Yes. Or 130 damage. Sure. Fuck it. I want to one-tap light classes again. Fuck you. If you're a scout and you're next to me, you get to fucking die. I don't care. Also, yeah, make it... Give it a taunt kill, because its taunt looks like a taunt kill. Just make that a taunt kill. Please. That'd be great. Can we have that? Finally? It looks like a taunt kill. Just make it do it. Be fantastic. Vitasaw, good God, what do we do with you? Vitasaw is another one that just needs a rework of some kind. I really do not know what to do with this thing. God. What do you do with the Vitasaw? Conceptually, it was always terrible. Because in order, having to die to keep your Uber sucks. Having to die to keep your Uber sucks. God. Heal on hit, Bioshock style? Maybe. But for burst healing, just use the crossbow. Another self-heal idea comes to mind, but I don't know if that's a good idea, because self-healing is very strong. And giving Medic a self-heal item via the Vitasaw, I don't know if that's a good idea. Steal enemies' credit card on it. Or their social security number. That's not a bad idea. In fact, that's fantastic. God, I really don't know what to do with this thing. This is another complete rework item, and nothing comes to mind. I just know it needs to be reworked somehow. Steal social credit. I mean, sure, the Vitasaw is fine, the mechanic does what it's supposed to, but in order to utilize it, you have to die. So, you're almost, you are always better off using the Uber Saw. Because you get more Uber right away, and if you survive, well, you just get Uber. No, longer Uber per organ's a terrible idea. It's a good, having a hard cap on Uber duration is crucial for gameplay and timing. Don't change that. God, man, I don't know. This sucks. I got nothing. We can come back to it. We got a few more to get through. Warrior Spirit, please buff these somehow. The take more damage, deal more damage mechanic fucking sucks on any weapon. So what do we do with you? I like the higher damage bonus, so maybe just make the swing speed slower. Make the swing speed slower, so, you know, it's more of a burst damage item. No more fucking bleed. No bleeding. Stop it. I'm tired of it. No bleed. I mean, its heavy's already slow, so... What if they swung slow, but with the stake they one-shot light classes? It's pretty... No, not a good idea. Yeah, ban the word bleed. Yeah, I think just slowing the firing speed and then removing the stupid damage vulnerability would give these things a good buff. It'd probably make them too strong, but at the same time, the way they are now just sucks. It really does. So it needs some kind of a downside other than slow swing speed. Impregnate enemy on hit? That's terrible. Never speak again, please. Never ever speak again. No, being honor bound sucks. No. Maybe this could be one of those weapons where on consecutive hits it does more damage. So, like, this is retarded, I'm sorry, but like, the longer a bear has you in its mitts, the more damage it's gonna do to you. So, like, the first swing does, like, half damage. The second swing does 75% damage. Then the third swing does, like, 125% damage. And so it just keeps ramping up and then caps at, like, 150. So the longer you chain your punches, the more damage you do. It sounds really gimmicky and stupid, but that's just an idea that popped into my head just now. So, I don't know. It could be fun. It needs to scale somehow to where it's not terrible. But maybe something like that. Crits underwater, bears hunting salmon. Yes, and the game notorious for its water. I don't know. It needs an adjustment. I'm gonna keep going. Widowmaker, fine. Winger, fine. Wrench, fine. Your eternal reward. Just remove the cloak drain. It does not need the cloak drain. Dumbest fucking downside on the weapon. Just get rid of it. That's all you have to do. Then the Your Eternal Reward is fully fun and fully viable again and not complete aids to use if you're not using the L'Étranger. That's it. Rap Assassin is fine. Wrangler needs a slight nerf. Being able to triple the health of your sentry gun, infinitely extend its range, and double its firing speed is really fucking strong. So, just remove the doubling of the firing speed. Or remove the shield. Either one. Pick one or the other. Or major nerf. Fuck it, I don't care. Whatever you want to call this. Yeah, either remove the shield or remove the double DPS. Pick one. Pick one or the other. Yeah. Or yeah, you could have it split in two. One infinitely extends its range and doubles your firing speed, and the other just puts the shield up. You could split it in two. Just don't have it all on one weapon. Fuck it. No, the Hulong Heater does not need more ammo. The faster ammo consumption keeps it in check. So. I mean, you could also just make the shield double a sentry gun's health and not triple it. That would make it far more manageable. Actually, yeah, just do that. Double your sentry gun's health, don't triple it. How does that sound? Better? I agree. That's my final vote. Double the health of the gun, not triple it. Done. Easy. That's the nerf it needs. Fuck you. Don't care. Leave it at that. Eight times the sentry health. Okay. Yeah, that's it. That is everything. That is the ultimate rebalance stream complete. Every other opinion is wrong. Every other rebalance video is wrong. Anyone else that says they're correct is wrong. I'm correct. I'm the most correct person on the planet. I am the infallible god of this game, and don't you fucking forget it. Don't you fucking forget it. Remove the shield and make it an MBM upgrade. Oh, Lord. So, I think the takeaway here is that no YouTuber and no individual player knows how to make a video game, let alone balance one. But mine are the most correct. My changes are the most correct. And don't you fucking forget it. We agree. We agree. Okay, I'm tired. I've been talking for 3 hours straight. So, I'm gonna call it here. I'm very tired. So there you go. What I'm gonna do is, this is a video that's gonna get cut down and re-uploaded. So I am going to private the stream. So, we can cut it down and put it into a video. And then I will upload it, cut down, and what have you as a separate standalone video later. So, yeah. Hopefully that won't take too long. But, that's the plan with this one. So, yeah. Actually, no, I'll keep it live. We'll keep it live, and then I'll cut it down later. It's fine. Fuck it. Fuck it! Who cares? Yeah. So, thank you guys for watching. I appreciate it. Thank you all for your lovely donations. All of you are insanely generous. I don't know why you do this for me. It's fucking crazy. If you want notifications for when I go live, join the Discord linked in the description below. You can't talk in there, but you get notifications for when I go live and when I upload videos. And on top of that, Quick Play video is coming out as soon as I can get it done. I appreciate y'all's patience. It's going to be done as soon as I can get it done. And what else? Oh yeah, people keep telling me to shill my Discord more, and therefore, by extension, my Patreon. I have a Patreon. If you pay for my Patreon, you get access to my Discord. And I'm pretty active in there. You get sneak peeks for videos that I'm working on, works in progress, that kind of thing, and a pretty chill and laid-back community that is not as fucking crazy and chaotic as an actual public TF2 YouTuber Discord. So if you're interested in that sort of thing, head on over to my Patreon. If you do, you're awesome. If not, don't care, you're still awesome. That's it. Thank you all for watching, and I will see you guys next week. Or unless the update comes out tomorrow, so yeah. Or today. It still might come out today.